Cool, awesome. Um, it's been a while. At least it feels like it's been a while. Uh, Super stoked that we can get together. I know that we can't stay super late, so we'll see. We might actually get done. These next little bit really kind of fast paced, so we'll see how much we actually get through with it.
Ooh.
Um,
Oh shoot. Okay.
but last time when we met on the last episode of whatever we're calling this mess, if I'm not mistaken, you guys were investigating. Seems like you're getting a little bit closer to the actual Stone of Galore. And through some information that you were able to gather, you were able to find someone that actually had some sort of possession of it. At some point, you weren't 100% positive, but you got some really good leads that kind of got you down the right path. You were able to go into the residence, and this may have been actually 2 times ago. I forget exactly where we actually left off, but you went to a gentleman's house by the name of Fenris and found that his whole place was kind of ransacked, and he was kind of taken out of the actual location itself. Um, that's when you were actually greeted by the Open Lord of Waterdeep, Laura Silverhand, who told you that it seemed like he was actually taken out by another faction in Waterdeep that you were quite familiar with at this point, with the Xanathar Guild. You were able to go ahead and actually get down into their sewer hideout, and you were able to actually go through and actually retrieve the Stone of Galore. Seems like the information that she was passing along was actually correct. I think that might be just where we left off. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like that necessarily surfaced or did anything past that, if I'm not mistaken.
I think we were
Yeah, I think.
heading to the sewers, right?
Mhm.
Where we thought they were. We were like heading that.
We
Already did that.
no, we went
Yeah,
to
we
the
did that already.
We went into the sewers. We killed a couple guards or thieves
Oh,
that
that's
were
right.
down there, and then
Gigantic blob.
yeah, and then we found the gigantic blob and actually found the stone.
Oh, yeah. I was
Okay.
with Kale, so you're good. You got 2 people lagging behind.
They're just so excited. Everything has left them.
We're so excited to be here.
Yeah. So I think that that's where we kind of kick off. You guys are down in the sewers. You went through this nice little, glop of fallen blob, and that's where you ended up finding the stone itself. Um, Past that, I don't think that we're anywhere else. I forgot to get up roll 20. Sorry about that. Cool. Well, from here, you guys have the stone. It was the thing you were trying to kind of retrieve for Laura Silverhand at this point. And as you are kind of gazing at it, the paper bird actually starts to come into the room. If you remember, it's very similar to one that you found a while ago when you were in an original compound and you found a lot of magical paper birds that can go ahead and send messages. And then they kind of vanish after reading. But it flutters into the actual storeroom that you ended up fighting the blob in, and just kind of lands on one of the actual barrels, old barrels of wine, and just sits there.
Hmm. Well, I believe this might be for one of us.
Perhaps. How did it know we were down here? Other than that's more concerning. How did it find us? If it is for us.
Hmm. Either way, we should maybe give it a look. See what's going on.
I'm gonna pocket this stone for the time being. As we approach this bird. Refresh my memory. Do you have to actually like touch it to hear the message, or is it just as you approach it and speak to it? Does it activate or
So the way that a paper bird actually works is
Mhm.
it's a magically enchanted piece of paper that goes to the actual recipient, or goes to a particular location, and the message would actually be written in it. It doesn't do any sort of verbal communication at all.
Right, okay. Anyone want to read whatever this creature has to offer?
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Do it up, Daddy.
Jesus Christ.
That is terrifying.
Big, strong, dynamic man of the group. As you open it, nothing's amiss. It is just a piece of paper that was folded just to come to your location. And all that it says on the inside is, at this point, I am assuming you were able to find the stone. Go ahead and meet my one of my confidants actually at the. Sorry, I got to get the name of the location real quick here. The Seven Masks Theater in the Dock Ward. You'll be able to find him there. And on the bottom, it's signed Laurel Silverhand.
Oh. We've met before?
Hmm.
I remember that name.
Yeah.
Right. I relay that.
Well, if one of the open lords of Waterdeep is awaiting our arrival, it'd be worth our time. I would like to motion a bit of caution, though. Perhaps someone else knows that we were down here. We did create quite a ruckus on the way through, but the only one that we were aware of thus far that knows we were in active pursuit of the stone was the open lord.
True.
That's true.
Just something to keep in mind. I would hate to hand deliver something to someone that intends to use it for other purposes. That being said, we should perhaps get out of the sewer in case more of these creatures, these fleshy things, chase after us.
Sounds good. Let's roll out.
Cool.
Oh, quick sidebar. That's not fair that you did that while they were talking, Balsamic. That's kind of messed up.
I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
No, sorry. Balsamic resubbed and he types in my chat, wow, no call out on stream. I feel unwanted. I'm like, bro, they're having a dialogue. What do you want? It's like, I was gonna ask, like, should we bring the stone with us? Then Balsamic's like, excuse me, I gave you money. Call out my name. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I am your DM here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate
Thank you,
the call out.
Balsamic. Hey, everyone, thank you
I
to
give you
Balsamic for resubbing. Thank you. Thank you.
I give you Stone of Galore. Please respond.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Perhaps we should get out of here. This doesn't smell all that wonderful, and we were already in a sewer.
Yeah, so slime is not too pleasant to be around.
Not great. No.
Smells like the backside of a bar after a very long festival in here. I guess we'll just start heading out.
Yep.
Okay. So as you kind of make your way out of the way you came in. Nothing of note seems to really happen. No really coming or goings. You don't hear any sort of echoes in any of the other chambers of the actual sewer, and you're actually pretty close to the actual entrance. You didn't really wander too terribly far into the actual underground sewer system itself. And as you come out of the actual sewer itself, past the gate that you were previously at, there's no one really around. The sun is a little past kind of that high noon period. Does seem to be kind of in that little bit after noon time period at this point.
Abraxos,
Okay.
what was the name of that destination again? The Seventh Mass Theater?
Yeah, Seven Mass Theater and the docks.
Well, perhaps we should hurry. We are on the far side of the city. Would hate to be carrying such a valuable item deep into the night. But that being said, perhaps we should take the main roads. It would make it a lot harder to be actively attacked if someone else knows that we have this.
True. Or Foghorn can just carry us over there.
I can carry the stone. I can't.
All four of us? I don't know about that one.
I mean, just hop on, man.
Yeah. So it is on the completely opposite side of the city itself, like you were saying. You are kind of in that like northeastern part, and the dockward is going to be. I did update the actual map a little bit, but it is a little bit further down. Actually, the map is kind of messed up right now, but there we go. Should be fine now. Doesn't have an actual landmark itself, but it is kind of further into the dockward, closer to the actual map is all messed up.
Yeah, the map is still not showing.
Oh, wow, nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Interesting. Not sure why that would be. Oh, I know why that will be. I'll go ahead and fix that real quick. But you guys, again, are in the northern part of the city, and you kind of have to make your way down south. There are two different ways. You can either take the high road, which goes north to south, or you can go ahead and take the one that kind of runs parallel to it, which is the Way of the Dragon. That one also runs north to south, but it kind of branches off of the high road itself. The high road's kind of like the major roadway that runs all the way from the north end of Waterdeep all the way to the southern end. It would take about the same amount of time.
Will there be like less people on the high road? Less traveled?
The high road would be kind of like the major roadway in Waterdeep. If people need to kind of get from north to south, the fastest way to do so is to take that. And then if you need to kind of do anything past that, as far as like taking another alleyway or a side street, it would more than likely branch off or at least be really close to the high road. That's more or less like the actual highway system of Waterdeep.
I recommend we take the high road.
Yeah.
The more people, the less likely to be, again, assaulted. Not to say that anyone other than the Lady Open Lord of Waterdeep knows we have this, but just to be on the cautious side. Why not hide where we're in plain sight of the public?
That sounds good.
So I guess
Okay,
we're
cool.
we're taking the way of the dragon.
For the high road, right?
I think that was the high road.
Or two separate roads.
Oh, they are two separate roads. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll take the high road then.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so as you make your way, it's still kind of a hustle and bustle. A lot of people are still kind of traveling during this time. Seems like that people are either making their way kind of down south to the dockward, possibly to pick up any sort of supplies that are coming in, or kind of moving north back up with any sort of supplies that they may have gotten or traded for, or just kind of getting ready to kind of go home for the day, as it does take you the better part of the afternoon to actually make your way down there. At this point, it's maybe if we were to go ahead and actually assert a time to it, probably right around 4 o'clock or so. But this is a well-known theater as you get closer to the dockward. It's one that kind of caters to a lot of not necessarily nefarious groups in Waterdeep, but that's where a lot of the sailors and just different crewmen from the ships actually kind of make their way in, as the money isn't necessarily gained from it's not gained from the actual productions, but more so from the ales, different beers, foods, things like that are actually bought from people. So entrance is free for pretty much anyone, but the actual food and drink and everything is what kind of keeps them afloat necessarily. But as you make your way up, it seems like there's not a whole lot of action going on at this time. None of the doors are readily open. There's no sort of ticket takers or anyone kind of outside. Seems like this might be kind of a little bit of an off time.
Okay.
That's hold on.
You good, Shiny?
Yeah, hold on. I'll tell you in a second. No, I just had one of the hotspots follow me. That's all.
Ah, I got you.
Yep. Starting with another cycle of numbers. So apologies. That was just really annoying. But we're good.
Well, gentlemen, perhaps we should venture to see the next show. Or at least inquire about the next show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there anybody... You said there was nobody taking tickets at this time. Is there anybody at, like, the ticket booth selling tickets or at the door turning people away or escorting people in?
No, nothing. No one really on the outside. No one kind of waiting to get in at all. Seems like this might be something that kind of takes place later on in the evening. For people that are either staying in Waterdeep overnight before they head off in the morning, or kind of regular residents.
Is this the main entrance? Is that the only entrance to the theater, or does it appear like there's potentially a back entrance or?
Could peruse around the building. It's a freestanding building. Well, freestanding. There's no buildings connected to it.
Okay.
Necessarily, it seems to be its own little area.
So
or in its own little area itself.
So we could walk completely around it and see the perimeter.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't mind taking a little stroll, and it seems like we've made it here and with no strangeties on the path to our destination. So perhaps it would be good to know what entrances and exits this establishment has.
Yeah.
Perhaps we're just at the wrong entrance.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of quietly walk around the building. You know, I'll just try to circle around the right side, I guess. I'll start over there and kind of make my way around and see if there's any other entrances or any windows that are open. You know, check the area.
Sure. So there's really no windows or anything. Seems like any sort of window would have been more up front by the front doors. As you go around, you do notice some, would almost seem like maybe some fire exits or something of that sort. Just kind of quick reference, but every single door that you try on the side of the building are locked as well, and you can't kind of make your way in. There is one other door in the back, and it has a small sign kind of posted that says staff entrance.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna head back to the boys and say everything seems locked up except for there's a door back here that says staff entrance. That might be our only bet to get in.
I mean, worst case scenario, we can just claim we were waiting to meet someone and we found the wrong door.
Hmm.
Better to ask forgiveness than permission. This particular instance.
Yeah.
We can always claim we're tourists. Only partially incorrect. We're recent residents.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's do that door and see what's up.
As we go back around to the staff entrance, is there, you said there weren't that many windows on this building, if any, other than the front?
Pretty much just the ones in the front.
Okay.
Any sort of buildings either have kind of blackout curtains or are kind of boarded up.
Hmm. Well, we might as well. We know we're expected by at least one person. I'm going to assume for the time being that that's the person we believe it is. But, like I said earlier, we should at least be a tad bit cautious. As much trouble as this little trinket has caused everyone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch the doorknob of the door. Is it or the handle? Does it appear to be unlocked?
Yeah, it's a pretty light door, and just upon kind of turning a knob, it does start to just open from you having a little bit of pull.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Does it sound like there's anything just inside the door, or you know, conversations, movement? I'm assuming there's staff since it's marked as the staff entrance. But does it appear to like there's anyone just directly on the other side from what we can hear from the outside?
Yeah, so from what you hear, the door isn't going to really keep a whole lot of sound coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a lot of movement on the other side, a lot of people kind of running around and some people shouting over others, yelling at them, telling them, take that over there, that's supposed to be over there, where's the rest of the props? As seems like it might be just some, you get the idea, maybe some actors, stagehands, people like that, actually on the other side.
Sounds like everything's on the up and up, at least for now. We could at least go in and inquire if our contact is already here. Worst case scenario, we wait a bit of time, grab a bite to eat, and perhaps a celebratory drink, and wait. But I think it's worth asking at least.
What was our contact's name again?
So there wasn't an actual name on the paper itself. Just said to meet the contact at the theater.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. Damn you, Silverhand!
That changes my interpretation quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well,
We don't know who the hell this is gonna be.
unless we were followed, or the Xanathar knew right away that the little thugs were dispatched, then they would really be the only ones, at least that we were aware of, that would have known we were down in that sewer, other than the Laurel Silverhand. Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna casually push open the door.
Let's see what happens.
I'm ready.
Just yell, "We have the stone of galore."
No, don't do that. No.
That works
No,
great.
We're keeping that. We are keeping that.
I'm gonna put my hand right over his mouth.
Just close
Right
it.
over the beak.
No.
I'm just gonna step in as if I'm looking to speak with someone, and just casually look for anyone available that isn't occupied with work or not as busy.
Okay. Yeah, so as you open the door, your suspicions are confirmed. It seems like that there's a lot of people running around. A ton of different actors are, over in the corner kind of practicing some different lines. A few stagehands are running around, kind of building and creating flats, getting a ton of different props together, anything that they can. And meanwhile, there's someone arguing with someone else who is holding a script, yelling, saying, "This is not how I wrote this at all." And he throws the papers down and kind of walks out as the individual is just left looking absolutely bewildered and almost helpless at all the chaos that's happening around him.
The one that threw the papers down, does it appear to be just a normal human, or the two individuals that were being the most boisterous?
Yep.
Are they okay?
Pretty much most of the people actually in the actual theater itself, as far as the actors and stagehands and everything, are humans.
Mhm.
With the person that had that stack of papers and threw it down, and the person kind of wide-eyed, wondering what the hell exactly is happening. Pretty much everyone at this point are humans as well.
I'm gonna casually approach the individual that looks like they're a bit stunned, and say, "Excuse me, might I have a word?"
He looks around. He sees someone that definitely does not look to necessarily fit any of the other characters in the area, and some heads start to turn as well as he looks at you and just goes, "Who the hell are all of you?"
Apologies. We were looking for someone who kindly invited us to your theater. We're assuming it is a Miss Silverhand. Does that name ring a bell?
Of course, the Lord of Waterdeep rings a Well, I do think that someone was said that maybe some people were coming, had something for him. I didn't have a chance to necessarily listen. It might be wise to talk to our owner, and the individual pulls a curtain back, and there's someone sitting in a theater chair with no one else around him, actually smoking a pipe of sorts, as he just sits kind of on looking and hearing all the commotion that's happening behind the actual curtains itself.
From where we're standing, the person smoking a pipe, does it appear to be a well-dressed individual, or are they in costume like or sort of dressed the same as the actors, or is there something unique about them?
So, not dressed like an actor or stagehand or anything like that. It actually seems like this person is in more brightly colored clothing
Mhm.
than what you would expect from a regular person or regular theater stagehand, anyone like that. He's in pretty brightly colored robes. Has one book in his hand that's almost open like a tome, and then the other one's kind of holding on to the pipe that's in his mouth as he is on looking at everything.
And they're a human or appear to be humanoid as well.
Yeah, appear to be a human as well.
Hello, sorry to disturb you. We had been invited to have a meeting. A little birdie invited us.
Yes, I do believe I know what you were talking about. Miss Silverhand told me that possibly some people were gathering. But we kind of have to keep it down. We don't want to necessarily talk out loud about it, but
Of course.
a certain gem of sorts that you may have come in possession of. Is that correct? And he kind of raises his one eyebrow.
It's certainly a possibility. We would like, if something like that did come into our possession, for it to be swiftly taken up by those who would not misuse whatever we're discussing.
He shakes his head and says, I think it would be best if we go ahead and talk more in private. Come with me to my office. And he just immediately gets up and starts to kind of turn and walk away from all of you. As he turns back and says, come, I don't think we really want to waste any more time than what has already been done so. And he opens up a door that actually leads upstairs into a relatively big office. But there's kind of paper strewn about it, a ton of different actual manuscripts or scripts of different sort of shows that may have been put on at the theater. And he sits down, and there's one other chair, and he just kind of apologizes for not having as many sort of chairs to be hospitable, and offers everyone a drink as he opens up a file cabinet and actually pulls out an unmarked bottle from his drawer and starts to pour himself one.
It's quite all right. We do appreciate the hospitality, at least.
I'll take one. I'm taking the chair. I'm sitting down. Shotgun. Just run over the chair.
He pulls out another glass and begins to pour it, and just kind of slides it slowly across the desk and leaves it there as he takes a sip of his own.
Might I ask your name, sir?
Oh, of course. My apologies for, again, not being so hospitable. I'm surprised that it wasn't written down on the paper. My name is Rong Kwan. I'm the proprietor, owner, lead stage hand, director, whatever you want to call me, of the actual theater itself. Kind of a close, I suppose an actual member of the Lord's Alliance. I answer directly to Laurel Silverhand as well. A lot of crewmates, all sorts of people kind of come through here, and having a direct contact with Laurel Silverhand for any contraband or anything that might be coming through has proven to be quite, well, quite profitable to say the least.
I could imagine, especially in a city that sees as much trade and travel as this one. But
Now, you said well, we don't have to necessarily talk quietly anymore. The stone, Laurel said that you probably would have, if you showed up, collected the Stone of Galore, if I'm not mistaken.
that would be a fantastic assumption. I'm gonna cover my hand over the stone in my pocket. What is the intention of this gem, if you don't mind me asking?
Well,
It's caused quite a lot of trouble since we entered the city. I don't mean to be rude, but I would like to know what the desire is behind this little gem and why it's such a feast for all the ne'er-do-wells in the city.
Of course. I'm sure that you've heard probably a lot of different rumors spreading about, but the stone actually shows a treasure, a pretty, or at least what we believe, sizable vault in the area. It was previously a vault that was commissioned by Lord Neverwinter himself, and it's believed that he embezzled quite a bit of gold, and the vault itself contains what some believe to be close to 500,000 gold. Of course, it would be nice to put that money back to use of the city, which, from everything that I know, is the actual intention of anyone in the Lord's Alliance that want to get their hands on it, including Lord Silverhand.
It's quite understandable. That's unbelievable sum of wealth. You mentioned the name Neverwinter. Does that name sound familiar? Was that the last name of the blacksmith?
No, so that would have been the last name of the blacksmith. Lord, he can just tell you, Lord Neverwinter, he's the one that kind of founded all of Neverwinter itself. Obviously, part of it is Waterdeep. Waterdeep is one of the bigger cities, but we're not quite sure what all he may have done with the other cities, but everyone believes that maybe he didn't have the best intentions, or maybe felt like he himself deserved the money that was supposed to be actually brought into the actual city itself. And so he claimed a lot of it, or for what we believe, if the rumors are true, gathered a lot of it and put it into a secret location for his own safekeeping.
It's quite a smart maneuver, but also quite dangerous to try to embezzle such a sum. Rebuild an entire kingdom for that much money.
Of course, that's, like you said, quite a hefty sum. It'd be nice to be able to retrieve this. I'll be able to necessarily put it to use immediately, as it would be quite concerning if suddenly a ton of money came about. We still want to keep good face of everyone that may have been a previous leader, that people don't become restless. But be nice to have so that we could slowly go ahead and try to maybe make the economy, trade, hospitable businesses. To my understanding, you all own an inn at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice if maybe we could bring more people into the actual city itself.
Sounds like an equitable agreement. We could certainly use any foot traffic that the lords would usher our way.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell some fried chicken.
Mm-hmm. Yo, you gotta try this stuff. It's pretty good, man.
Is Lord Silverhand coming to acquire this gemstone herself, or are you to be the one to take it on her behalf?
Oh, I would not want to bring it out with any sort of protection at this point. Seems like a lot of people are more aware of this now than ever. And certainly I wouldn't bring it to her directly, and she wouldn't be coming directly to retrieve it either. It's not very common that an open lord would just be walking in the dockward itself. It would be quite dangerous. I would assume that she would have someone else to escort it directly to her, as she doesn't want her, I guess, her business partners to be known across the city.
Fair enough. Try to keep your name out of otherwise unscrupulous business. I understand completely. That being said, and I'm gonna pull the stone out, but have it wrapped up in a piece of cloth. It concerns me to have this thing with us. So the sooner it's out of our possession, the better. But to have it simply fall back into the wrong hands concerns me deeply. So I would like to know who's going to take immediate possession of this, for lack of a better understanding.
Of course, I understand and completely appreciate your concerns. The idea behind it was, as I'm sure that you've probably already seen prior, and he opens up another drawer and puts out a stack of papers, and he goes, these are a bunch of paper birds, and as soon as we were able to get possession, I was going to go ahead and actually send this over to her and her know that the stone itself was not necessarily in my possession, but at the theater, so that she or more than likely someone else could go ahead and actually come and collect.
Fair enough. I'm gonna pull the cloth away and carefully lay the stone to bear on the table. I think that would be...
Sorry, go ahead.
I think the sooner we can get this into the hands of the Lord's Alliance and the rulers, the proper rulers and authority in the city, the better.
Sarah will get paid too.
That as
Oh.
well would be nice.
Of course, there would obviously be a handsome reward, but I don't want to discourage you, my friends. This is a fake. There's no sort of magic auras coming from it. There's nothing that I would believe would actually go ahead and show a location of a vault. Certainly one of you is wields some sort of magic. I'm surprised you didn't notice that yourselves, that there wasn't any sort of magical powers coming from it. But don't be discouraged.
Yeah,
We've
mental
learned...
shit.
I've learned... Oh, we have learned that Fenris Stormcastle, he was taken out of his house and then actually was arrested by the city guard for theft shortly afterwards. Our understanding, he's currently at the courthouse, up in the castle ward to face judgment. Um, we have no doubt that he had the stone prior, but he probably hid it away at some point, as he's, kind of an oaf, but he's not an idiot. He knew that keeping it at his residence wasn't going to be the smartest thing in the world. I think that it would be best if you could possibly, especially since this is a fake, go ahead and talk to Fenris at the courthouse itself. Obviously, I would urge against violence, as you're in a courthouse. And you might find yourself locked up in there with him, but whatever you need to do to go ahead and get that information would probably be rewarded as well.
Do you happen to know, does this stone at least appear to be the stone, resemble the stone of Galore, or is it excuse me, quite frankly about to take this and shatter it, because I'm tired of chasing after a frivolous little trinket, much less a fake frivolous little trinket.
I understand your frustrations. Certainly, I wouldn't be too happy if I went through all the trouble and actually came about with a, albeit convincing fake. Don't be discouraged. A lot of people, including some of the best of the Xanathars, seem to believe that this was the real stone, which probably kept them off of Fenris's track as much as they already were.
So Fenris wasn't captured by the Xanathar, he was taken in by the god.
We believe that he was captured by the Xanathar. However, once they were able to look through his actual property and find the fake, I think that they then kind of ignored him and continued on their way with the piece of information that they were trying to gather with the stone itself. And it seemed like that possibly they may have beaten us to the punch just a little bit sooner, as I'm sure you're all aware of your meeting that you had with Miss Silverhand shortly after you actually arrived at his location.
So you yourself are not certain that Fenris is in the hands of the city guard?
Oh, he absolutely is. We were able to get that information. That's one of the major benefits of being in close with an open lord. You also get a lot of information about some of the ongoing, I suppose, criminals and everyone that's brought into the city itself.
Fair enough. Well, gentlemen, it looks like we have a former noble, businessman whose neck needs a good wringing. Shortly after I bury this convincing copy down his throat.
Agreed.
He chuckles and says, I don't want to tell you how to conduct business. You've been quite successful at this point, but you catch more flies with honey than vinegar.
Well, as long as no one sees what you're shoving down the fly's throat, it really doesn't matter. But anyway, I do agree in most cases. Where is this place located? So we might be able to speak with him.
Of course, unfortunately, I guess predictably, you do have to make your way up north into the castle ward. Thankfully, it's not as far as, from my understanding, where you had come previous. should be able to make your way up there relatively quick if you just take the high road again, and it might take you maybe 30 minutes or so. But once you make your way into the castle ward, you'll know where the actual courthouse is, as it's a bit more dense with guards.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Well, it seems we're not quite finished, gentlemen. And I'm going to wrap the fake up in the cloth and push it back in my pocket.
It's whack, man. Entire shit.
Not overly thrilled with it. Hopefully the god
I would
is...
suggest being careful with the fake, as if someone sees that you might have it, it would be more advised to give it up and maybe get them off of your case rather than fighting people trying to find a stone that is clearly a fake at this point.
Fair enough.
Are we 100% convinced that it is fake and this isn't just like another story to try and get us to get rid of what is the real stone by saying it's fake?
Does anybody
You
have...
go ahead and make an insight check.
I mean, I'm just thinking realistically. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I might have missed it, but what would be the benefit of him lying to us regarding that?
Well, if he's not actually a...
I rolled a natural 20 on insight.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay. There you go. Tell us, Vale Daddy, what's the news?
Yeah, the stone itself is 100% a fake.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
You all believe the story we've been given. It certainly seems odd that a couple random thugs, or even a small group of them, would have been able to take down a man who was quite infamous already. Xanathar or not, they weren't overly competent, so I'm inclined to believe what he's saying is the truth. And if he really is in the courthouse, then it's probably the safest place in the world. Or the safest place in this particular part of the world, anyway. And worst case scenario, like he says, that, you know, we get caught with this convincing faux rock. We can certainly just ditch it as quickly as possible and let them chase after it like we did.
Oh, gotta hide it in another slime. You know?
Ooh, ooh.
Throw it down that sewer with that eye creature next time. And let them have fun with it. Let them dig it out of that pile of flesh. But yes, I think we should be on our way.
I agree. Let's roll out. Let's hit the road, the high road.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate the information. As frustrating as it is, we do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Pops.
Smiles and says, apologies for the runaround that you've been getting, but it seems like you're doing great service and you are as close as ever to helping out the city in a major, major way.
I'm going to grip the stone a little tighter, as if I wish I could just crush it in my hand right now. As we walk
And it
out.
cracks into 1,000 pieces.
Single tear comes rolling down.
Well, I guess we're off to the courts.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought I'd want to be willingly stepping towards a legal institution, but at least I'm not on the chopping
No,
block. Yet.
All right. Yeah. Guess we'll just hit the road. Hit the road and head on up to the castle ward.
Okay, he leads you out of the office and says, it might be best if you don't go past everyone again. As he makes his way down and opens up a door that leads out directly into another alleyway. As he opens it up, a little bit of sun starts to kind of peer through the actual doorway itself, as the sun seems to be slowly
hold
setting.
on. Shit, give me a second. I'm getting a bunch of the hotspots bomb. I just got,
Same.
Like,
I'm getting bombed right now. Sorry, hold on.
Oh no.
Hopefully this works.
those are the weird, like, hate raid bots, right?
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
few of them too.
Yeah, I just got 4, so.
Wow. I got 2.
Yeah. Yeah, annoying. Sorry. And one of them is one I already banned ahead of time. That's shitty. Hey. Alright, I'm good. Sorry.
I can't control that.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah, really dumb.
Okay. So we'll head through the alley. All right. Let's head to the alleyway. Let's head through the alleyway.
Cool. So as you make your way out, you do need to, again, travel north as far as what you once did to actually make your way up to the castle ward itself. So it doesn't take you too terribly long, or it wouldn't take you too terribly long to make your way up there. Let me just go ahead and roll a die real quick.
Oh no.
Nope. We'll skip that one. It was another band of hooligans with baked goods. Rolled another 13 on the random encounter chart. Unless you guys want to do over with your new knowledge.
Ow.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm getting them too now.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where the safe mode button is. I had it and I don't remember where it is.
I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick before we do this encounter.
Sounds good.
Okay. So as you start to make your way a little bit further north, the scenery of the area starts to kind of change. It goes from the slightly run-down buildings of the actual dock ward into a lot more, I guess, opulent buildings would be the best way to describe it. The architecture of the actual city ward itself, it's a lot more kind of tall towers, a lot of brick buildings, some wizard towers, city buildings, temples, things like that in the area. And as you start to kind of make your way in a little bit further, there is an individual, kind of a older man who's in not clothes that aren't really fit for nobility. He seems to be wearing some sort of thick black glasses, and he sits playing a lute, very well, mind you, as a crowd starts to gather around him.
Hmm. Quite an impressive magician. Magician. Yeah, he's an impressive magician.
What a magician.
What a magician.
What is this sorcery?
Quite,
ability.
what is this music you talk of? He's quite talented. He said he was playing a lute,
Yes.
and he appears to be human or just humanoid.
Actually seems to be an elf.
Ooh. I can speak Elvish.
From this distance, can I tell what kind of elf he is? What sub-race? Or just a...
There's so much of the crowd kind of around. You only kind of can get a glimpse of him. You wouldn't necessarily be able to tell unless you kind of guided your way through the crowd itself.
Right. Hmm. We are in a hurry, gentlemen, as much as I do appreciate music. We do need to be on our way.
Have a little dance, you know, a little jig. Got the little hootenanny, you know.
I'm not much of a dancer, I'll say that. But I mean, it's along the way. You gentlemen want to stop and listen. We'll say it's rare to see another full-blooded elf in this part of the world. As we get closer, can we see? Am I able to tell, or would I have to like go into the crowd?
So as you get a little bit closer, you are able to tell a bit more. It's actually a type of elf that isn't seen too terribly much actually on land. It kind of has blue skin, some slight scaly features, but from everything that you can tell, you've heard of this before, it seems to be a sea elf.
Oh. Is he a sailor elf?
Hmm.
Might be a sailor elf.
Oh. All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna try and tame him.
Oh, okay.
Animal
Jump
handling
the gun.
+5.
Not a dolphin.
It's not a dolphin.
It could be. You never know. Okay. So we got a sailor elf on our hands, boys.
As we pass by, I'm assuming hum a like a elvish tune that pops into my head, or just kind of going along with the tune as best I can.
I'll do it
Just
too.
kind of. Okay, just kind of humming it to yourselves.
Yeah.
Good. Does anyone else want to join in?
I'll be stomping my talons on the ground and giving them a beat.
I'm gonna pull a Reaper from Overwatch. I'm just gonna stand there like this. I'll just like tap my foot. I ain't gonna do anything fucking crazy.
I'm like, alright, that's not bad.
Okay. So for the two of you that are actually humming, go ahead and just make quick performance checks.
Oh God. Ooh, got that nice one.
11.
I think I used up all my performance last time. I got an 11 as well.
We're in sync.
Hey, if we're bad, at least we're bad together.
We're just like.
Okay. So as you guys are humming and there's kind of some stomping, as well as just some light toe tapping, someone turns around and goes, "Are you kidding me? Do you know how often we see a sea elf and you're going to be sitting here humming this the whole entire time, out of sync with him? Shut the fuck up." And the guy turns back around.
That's great.
That's fucking so good.
Fair enough.
Shut Yo,
Ayo, shut the fuck up.
This man's over here playing a ballad, and I'm over here
here
singing "There Once Was a Man from Nantucket" in Elvish.
Holy shit.
Well, to apologize,
Bad babe.
I'm gonna walk up and toss a few silver in. Apologies, I'm not the best of singers.
He just kind of nods and says, "Oh, I know." And turns back around. But you make your way, and there is a turned over hat that does have some sort of coins in it, a little bit closer to the sea elf itself.
I'm gonna throw a couple silver in. Yeah, just nod my head and, you know, kind of, yeah, acknowledge the job well done.
The vague attempt at performance.
I'm not gonna hum or dance anymore. We're just, yeah, done with that.
Man, we just found out that the stone ain't shit. I'm not giving anyone any money.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my
money is
money.
mine.
I'm pissed. We got a fake stone. We lost some fucking money to a bunch of fucking raggedy kids in the fucking first episode. This is annoying. I'm not. No. I'm gonna keep my money in my pocket. I'm gonna just.
Well,
Yes.
then, if we keep getting the runaround, I can at least, on our way back, we can drop this wonderfully well-shaped piece of glass back in his hat and be done with it.
See more and more chaotic as the day goes by.
Chaotic good. Gotta love it. just that tiny bit of spice.
Spice
Does the sea elf do anything when I throw a couple silver in there?
So as the coins kind of hit and kind of ching against all the other coins in the hat, he turns his head and just, you know, kind of gives a quick nod as to not kind of break his actual rhythm itself.
Okay. Oh, pretty normal. All right. Okay.
Well, with our musical careers in the dumpster, I say we head on our way, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sounds good.
We just rolled in here, got shit on, and let's roll out. Get out of here.
That show was great. So glad I didn't join in.
I'm a bit better at portraying assholes, if you aren't aware. I think I cashed in all my luck at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, let's roll out.
Um, so as you kind of make your way further and further away from the actual loot plane, you do hear kind of a lot of clapping coming from it as the loot itself stops, and it seems like the crowd is very, very entertained by the actual troubadour-esque music playing in the area. But as you continue to walk, you are suddenly greeted by a building that's about 2 stories or so high. And it actually has a sign on it that just says courthouse on the outside of it, with some stairs kind of leading up into some double doors.
Okay.
Well, perhaps we can go in and inquire about Miss Silverhand. And say we're here to continue discussing prior business, and we were asked by an associate to continue that transaction here.
Okay. Oh.
So just making your way into the courthouse.
Yeah.
So as you go in, immediately as you go through the actual doors, you're in a room that is roughly about 10 feet or so high. It doesn't go too terribly far back, but there are some windows that have iron bars actually attached to it, as well as some uncomfortably looking stone benches in this sort of almost like a waiting area, more or less. And there are sconces that just have a continual flame going the entire time. You notice 2 doors, one that seems to lead to some sort of stairs, as well as some that you can immediately see that have 2 guards kind of posted on the outside of the door. And in the middle of the room is a desk with just a common woman sitting at it, just telling people, go ahead and take a seat, we'll be with you shortly. And then she points at someone else and kind of beckons them up to the actual desk itself.
I would certainly hate to cause a scene in here and end up on the wrong side of the courts. Perhaps we should wait and just observe. What do you gentlemen think?
Sounds good.
That seems reasonable.
I agree.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take a seat at one of the empty stone benches and take the time to have a quick bite from rations.
Okay. The bench itself is abnormally cold, very, very uncomfortable. Not a whole lot of positives to actually sitting on the bench. Some of the people that come up, there are a few people that are just asking, if they know when someone's arraignment is going to be, what the penalties are. Some people are visibly upset, talking about maybe significant others or fathers, mothers that have been taken in to go ahead and actually meet a magistrate. But eventually, the individual at the desk goes ahead and points to the 4 of you and just says, not sure which one needs to talk, but please come up. And she beckons in you to actually come up to the actual gate itself. Or to the desk, rather.
Fair enough.
How can I help you?
We were previously discussing business with a Miss Silverhand. We were asked to come here by one of her associates and speak with a recently detained individual, if at all possible. Mr.
She's. Sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Fenris Stormcloak.
She looks through her papers real quick and says, Fenris Storm Castle, I
Castle.
believe.
Got him.
If Miss Silverhand wanted to talk to the individual, I believe that she would probably be the one to come in here herself. Why would she send, no offense, but a mismatched group of misfits to kind of come in here?
Well, she had contracted us to potentially deliver an item that had been misplaced within the city, and we were told that we could find more information from Stormcastle while we were here, from her contact. We weren't able to speak with her after our initial meeting, so we were asked to come here and discuss it further with Stormcastle directly.
He just kind of nods and says he's due to meet with the magistrate, but with the hour, I don't think that they would be able to get to him today to discuss any sort of sentencing for his thievery. Of course, we could always go ahead and try to see if we could go ahead and bring up his actual date itself, or if you want to go ahead and talk to the magistrate, perhaps something could be arranged. As she puts down a stamp that she was holding with her right hand and just kind of turns her hand palm facing up at this point.
Could this meeting be arranged a bit quicker if the matter was directly tied to his crimes? Some information that could benefit the city directly, the magistrate and Miss Silverhand.
She looks around and just says, of course, I can't legally say how you would do this, but perhaps something could go into my hand. As she then brings her hand up and points into her palm and puts it out back on the table.
Gotcha. All right. There you go.
She kind of looks and says, that's not quite what I had in mind.
Well, I'll say at the moment I'm a bit light on coin, but I do have something that might be of more value than coin right now. And that's certainly the most pressing reason why we're here. As we need to confirm its authenticity and also its connection to Mr. Stormcastle. This was of great importance to the Lord of Waterdeep.
She turns her hand back over and looks at all of you again and just said, give me one moment. I think I know what you're talking about, but you have to keep quiet. And she saunters away through a couple of doors and is gone for maybe about 5 or so minutes. As she and another individual, another woman, actually comes with her and just says, the 4 of you were saying something possibly about some really interesting and I guess, necessary piece of information that you were looking for. Mr. Stormcastle's arraignment wasn't until tomorrow, but perhaps we could talk. As she opens a door and kind of tells you to please come on in.
I'm gonna casually, but carefully follow.
As you enter the door, it seems like that you're actually in a courtroom at this point. It's fairly long, and there are a few pretty big benches and almost like a holding cell against one wall. At the kind of front of the room is a relatively big desk. Seems like possibly for a judge, or in this case, the actual magistrate themselves. And then there are a few different benches, some against the back wall, that then kind of go into smaller and smaller benches as it gets closer and closer to the actual magistrate's desk. And she has said, we've been having a lot of people coming through lately. A lot of stories about why people are getting into fights, or at least from what I was able to discern. What is your matter pertaining to exactly?
Well, we may have quite the reason for that. At least what everyone up until now believes was the reason for that. In our possession. We were in pursuit of Stormcastle and some individuals that had previously put us in danger when we spoke with Miss Silverhand directly after he was found missing and his property ransacked by what we can only imagine was one of the local thieves guilds. But in the process of trailing Stormcastle, we happened upon an item of interest. And I'd carefully pull the stone out but keep it covered. We were told by Miss Silverhand's associate that this item may or may not be authentic, and that Stormcastle is very much aware of where the real item is. All we want to know is that it's not in the hands of somebody who will misuse it. And that's why we're here, to talk about where this item of great import might be.
And you believe that Fenris has some idea of where this might actually be?
As far as we're aware, he's quite possibly the only one that may know at the moment where it is.
She slowly nods and says, I believe I know what item we're talking about, and appreciate you keeping it down. Perhaps we should talk to Fenris real quick and get an idea of what exactly he may know in regards to this. And she looks around real quick and says, we shouldn't go back out into the waiting area. It would be too suspicious. And she points towards a small holding cell that has a bunch of iron bars. Just goes, I understand that it might be a bit suspicious to do so, but we must go down this way to actually get down into the holding cells. It seems like it would be the only way to go ahead and make sure our tracks are covered without being out with everyone else that's in the waiting area. And she takes some keys and unlocks the actual cage itself, walks in and unlocks a door to another cage, or door at the back of the cage, and takes a sconce off of the actual wall and says, if you're willing to follow, we should be able to make our way down.
Can I tell if she's being... Does she seem to be on the up and up with her directions and her intentions?
You can make an insight check.
It seems like she might be leading us into a jail cell. Oh. Let's see what.
Come on.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
So that'd be
There
a
it is,
22.
baby.
Yeah, so you do get an impression that she is 100% leading you down into where some holding cells are, but not necessarily to actually put you in any sort of jail cell. From everything that you've been able to kind of discern, she would be taking you down to an area where Fenris could actually be held, and she has no intention, or at least from what you can tell at this point, of actually doing anything to keep you from talking to him.
She doesn't seem to be trying to detain us, though.
No, it's
Am I
only
being
her.
detained?
Am I being detained? What's my crime? What's my crime? All right. With a stronger conviction, I'm gonna follow her and put the stone back in my pocket for the time being.
I follow.
All right, I'm gonna make up a drink real quick while we go down to the sex dungeons. I'll be right back.
Jesus.
Mm.
Weird, but appreciate it. Yeah, so as you make your way down, there are a couple of guards kind of standing. Just, they look kind of puzzled and start to put their hand on their hip. And she just says, they're with me. You're here to go ahead and question someone. She looks at them again and just says, if you could, just make sure that no one comes down here at this point, as the cage doors have been unlocked, and kind of beckons them to go upstairs as they look on with slight confusion. But she insists that they go upstairs and kind of leave everyone alone. Doesn't need to be down here. It's a very sort of damp and dimly lit basement area. Seems to be that there is one general holding cell that almost seems to be empty. And then there are 5 smaller holding cells. Currently 2 of them are empty, and 3 of them do have individuals kind of on their own, segmented in each one. And as she goes to the very last one, she knocks on the door and just says, Fenris Stormcastle. I don't really know how to explain this. Sorry to get your hopes up. Your arraignment's not going to be today. But there are a few individuals that are here to speak with you. So, well, I would like a little bit of information from you as well. And from the corner, a smaller individual just stands up and looks at everyone else on the other side of the small barred window and just says, "Who the hell are you?"
We're just some recent residents of the city that got even more recently involved in what I can only imagine is something you are quite familiar with, Mr. Stormcastle.
I'll sit there and be like,
He
We're
just kind of shakes his head and says, "Doesn't seem like that you're all with the Xanathar, and
no,
if you
I can.
were, my understanding, you already got what you needed."
No, we're not the biggest fans of the Xanathar.
I say, fuck the Xanathar.
yeah.
No, we've had several run-ins with them, and we'll just say that they didn't end well for them. But we're here now, and we paid a visit to your home, which, might I say, was quite a ragtag, bloody mess when we passed by it. But in the process, we did meet with Miss Laurel Silverhand, who was more than happy to say that you had been captured by the Xanathar, which doesn't appear to be the case now. You seem to have been captured by the city guard. Either way, I mean, I'd say you probably ended up with a better deal in the long run. Better in a prison cell than at the bottom of a river.
Could be in better places right now, but I guess I'm still a little bit confused as to why you are here. Clearly I wasn't captured by the Xanathar, but how did you know I was actually taken here, and how do you know anything from what I believe you to think is true?
I'll stop beating around the bush. We've had a lot of trouble with the little trinket that you seem to be so actively carrying around this city. We were nearly blown up earlier this week. We've been chasing after a automaton creature that tried to kill us in the bottom of a boat. We were dealing with a noble that was quite an asshole. And then we had to deal with a fleshy monster that tried to kill us in the sewers. All for a little stone. Now we're here and we found that this little stone is nothing but a pretty little fake. Where is the real deal so we can hand it over to the city and be done with this whole mess?
Magistrate's just kind of in the corner, arms raised, just mouthing, "What is going on?" And she starts to speak up and just says, "I'm not sure why there are threats currently in my courthouse. But
Apologies.
if we're looking for some information, I have an easier way of doing this. Don't become a magistrate without being successful." And she looks at you and says, "Can I borrow a copper coin, please?"
Sure.
She catches it and holds it in her left hand as she begins to chant something slightly and starts to wave her hand kind of into the jail cell as Fenris starts to move back as far as he can, back kind of hitting the wall as he then slowly slumps down. And after about 10 seconds, he starts to hold his head and just, says, "What was that?" And she looks at all of you and just says, "I believe I know what you're talking about and where it is. With this information, it is pretty important that we get it into the right hands. Certainly, I'm more inclined to go ahead and tell the city guard about it than share it with all of you. But you're looking for the Stone of Galore, at least what I was able to gather when I read his mind.
We've hit the nail on the head there. At this point, I'm going to pull the fake stone out and carefully, present it to her.
Well, now you want to be careful with it.
We were just about to break it in 1,000 pieces.
Well, I'll be honest, I do want to do that still, but it seems more appropriate to be evidence.
She looks at it and says, I'm assuming you didn't get this one from the old watchtower.
No, we pulled it out of a gibbering carcass of flesh in a sewer, which I can only imagine was formerly some members of the Xanathar.
She just says, that's disgusting.
It was pretty
But
gross.
according to what our friend was just able to tell us, certainly, the stone that you're looking for, there is a real one out there. Now, I don't necessarily want to do anything with it, as my job has been quite a bit busier than it usually has. So the sooner you're able to get this stone, or someone's able to get it and turn it into the city guard, or to my understanding, the direct contact you have with Miss Silverhand, the better. Perhaps you should go ahead and check out the old tower that's in the well, it's kind of a run-down tower from what I've been able to gather. It's a little bit fuzzy, but it seems to actually be outside of the city itself. It's a tall, old tower that was actually built previously by mages hundreds of years ago, and again, if the information was correct from what I've been able to get, not a lot of people go there, especially people that have any sort of magical powers, because it actually wards off any sort of magic, from what I've been able to discern. I would be a little bit weary going there because of that, but it seems like she looks around and says, you're all more than capable of holding your own in a regular, I guess, fist-to-fist sort of battle. But the stone is somewhere in this actual tower. Don't believe he's been able to tell anyone, but it's better to get there sooner rather than later.
We can certainly assist with that. I will say we generally try not to work for free, but it does help us in our establishment to not have fireballs going off in our backyard. So perhaps we can throw this one in on the house, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Said punching. I'm in. Let's go.
I'm gonna hand over the fake stone to her. Probably a good idea that we don't carry this any longer. Perhaps you can use it in as evidence towards his crimes.
I appreciate it. I think we have all the information that we need, but this is better to not be with you like you had said. I think Fenris, now that he doesn't have anything to bargain with, is going to have a bit of a hard time come tomorrow.
Well, hopefully he can get a nice long rest on that cold, dark ground. But, gentlemen, I think we have our direction. We should probably be on our way.
Yes, sir.
The sooner the better.
Get going.
Thank you, Madam Magistrate. We do appreciate it, and sorry for the back and forth, but we didn't know who to trust.
Of course, just go ahead and get it figured out, and please take care of yourself. Make sure this gets to the right place before thing bad happens.
Of course. I guess I'm gonna start heading out then.
Okay. As you kind of make your way out, you have a couple of options. It is quite late at this point, so anyone that was waiting around in the actual waiting area has kind of dispersed, as there's not going to be any more actual sentencing or anything like that going on for the rest of the day. But you could leave through a different door, you could leave through the front. The choices are just kind of yours at this point.
Sorry, guys, I got more of those stupid bots.
Same.
We both did.
Yeah. All three of us.
I mean, in full force today.
Yeah, it's really
Yes,
bad.
They are.
So how are you banning them? You gotta type out the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm just copying and paste because for me, I mean, you don't have it, Stopper, but I know you do, Vale. Whenever someone follows, it says like, you know, we have our little welcome message. So
Yeah.
I just been copying. I just didn't type /ban, just copying the name. It's quick.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's annoying. Is what.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just get it off my Streamlabs.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I got the safe mode loaded up now, so next time I just have a follow alerts disabled now. So
Gotta love
Good
it.
idea. Yeah.
Thanks, Twitch.
Yeah. What you sipping on over there?
mystery flavor G Fuel. It's like a vanilla flavor.
Hmm.
Pretty good. I enjoy.
Sipping on Stopper.
Just a little Diet Coke. I need the caffeine right now. Otherwise, all that fat from that pork chop earlier is gonna put me to sleep.
Oh. Yeah.
It's the best kind of sleep.
Oh god, yeah. If I had eaten that like later in the day, I probably would have passed out the moment I came home.
Would have been like Stopper. D&D. Where you at? All right. So we're gonna roll out and head towards the tower.
Did the
So-
tower? Sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
Did the tower have a particular name? I'm sorry, I missed that part while I was trying to ban bots.
No, so there's not actually a name associated with the tower itself.
Tower of Haas.
Tower of Haas.
There we go.
Is actually the name that was associated with it.
It's
Love
canon.
it.
It's canon.
It's canon now. That's it.
Yeah, we can write it in. So the Tower of Haas is on the east side of, outside of the city, kind of in more of a farmland. You did see it previously, actually, when you left the city, to go ahead and help the Emerald Enclave, but you really didn't take too terribly note of it. It is just a kind of almost silo-looking building, made of brick, and it is very tall. You kind of make your way out towards it. There's not really a whole lot of distinguishing features with it. It is kind of run down. There is a chimney or something as well as what looks to be small windows at the very top of the actual tower itself, a little bit bigger than kind of arrow slits. But on the outside of the actual tower itself, there is two different sconces that are kind of on either side of a main doorway that a flame is kind of flickering in and out slowly. It seems to almost dissipate, and then it comes back and just kind of wanes back and forth between being fully lit and almost going out.
And that flame is inside the building or on the exterior?
On the exterior itself.
Okay. Someone's been here recently, if the flames are lit.
Yeah. Let's tread carefully.
I'm assuming it's the building that's on the outside of Rivergate marked on the map.
Let me see. So, the actual area outside of Rivergate, if you're kind of pointing at it, there's a tower that kind of, or not a tower, but almost like a building before it goes in. That's more of a guard tower leading into
gotcha.
Waterdeep itself. The one that you'd be looking for is a little bit kind of further down. It would be, if you were to go a little bit north, it's kind of hard to see, but it's the Underway Cliff. And then there's just like a little speck, kind of a little bit further from the road, right before you actually reach where the word Undercliff Way would be. It's just kind of a nondescript tower, maybe about 40 or so feet actually off the main road itself.
Okay.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about now. Got it. Okay.
So it's north of Rivergate.
Yeah, slightly north of Rivergate. It's almost like actually parallel with the road that leads out. Or not parallel, but if you were to draw a line, just a continual line, it's very, very close to that, like, same latitude.
Okay.
Okay, I see. Yeah, the little... Got it. Okay.
Cool.
Just trying to get my bearings.
I got some ball bearings.
Indeed,
yeah.
we do.
We may need those in a minute.
People are gonna be falling out the fucking tower in a second.
We're gonna need
Some
a lot of them.
Scooby-Doo, some Scooby-Doo shit. Whoa!
Get those balls ready.
Throw them out and then kick them out the window. Are there any signs, other than the flickering flame on the outside of the building, are there any other signs of recent activity around the property? Or any movement that we can see at a distance?
So there are no doors actually open. Everything seems to be closed. Nothing's coming out of like the chimney or anything like that. And there's actually no other lights coming out of like the actual slits kind of at the top of the actual tower itself.
Okay. And I'm assuming at this point it's probably after dark.
Yeah, so it's kind of more towards the nighttime at this point. Flames do give off a little bit of light at the end of the tower, or rather at the entrance of the tower. But that's kind of the only light that's actually kind of coming through the actual darkness, even though most of you have dark vision. So,
Well, gentlemen, I don't think there's any other entry points other than... You said there were 2 doors? Or
so
just the
it's
one?
it's a double door.
Double door, okay. Foghorn, can you see anything from up above, perhaps?
You can make a check to go ahead and see if you see anything.
Perception or
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
let's...
Whichever one you have the higher advantage to. roll an arcane check, sure.
Roll whatever's the greatest.
It was a 13.
13. Okay. And remind me, do you have dark vision?
I do, yes.
You do. Okay, cool.
Good old.
So, as you fly up and you're kind of making your way around the tower, looking closer towards the slits up at the top, interestingly enough, you don't see anything go into the actual window itself. But what's kind of weird is it almost looks like some people suddenly come about, and it looks like they were crawling in to the window. Odd that you didn't see them prior, and that they just kind of all of a sudden popped up out of nowhere. But you do see 3 what look to be drow individuals making their way into the tower itself.
Did you say drow?
Drow, yes.
Okay.
Did you relay that back to us, ODB?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
sure. Why not?
I'm just assuming. That's why I was asking.
This is need to know.
Need to know.
Yeah, this is probably important information.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I do that.
Yes.
That's why I asked, because I didn't want to assume.
I might be a jackass, but I still want help.
Mhm.
You're by yourself, buddy. And I'll just I'm booking.
Hmm.
I'll turn into a warhorse and just run.
Well, if we're dealing with drow, this is not going to be a walk in the park. Spider worshipping.
I'm excited for some drow fights.
They're rather unpleasant on a good day.
Yes, this is probably gonna be like one of our last big fights. I'm fucking going balls out on this one. I'm ready.
Yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind standing back at first, I do have this amulet. The fireball.
You just want to nuke the
You just-
tower?
You're gonna light that shit on fire.
My only
Well-
hesitancy to that is I would like to do that, but if the stone is really in here, I don't know if that would wreck the stone.
Hmm.
That is my only qualm with that. Otherwise, I'm all for fucking Modern Warfare 5 or whatever this is. Let's do it.
I would love to use both of these charges in this amulet. So
Well, we got to experience them the first time around. Perhaps we should return the favor. But before we do that, maybe we can... Do we go in on their terms, or do we try to draw them out? I can certainly tell you that drow on any circumstances are a bad idea.
I mean, I think if we bring them out, it's probably better because we have more.
movement.
We're out in the open and we have more room, especially for ODB can just be up in the air and just be like, ball bearing.
Just dropping them on head.
From up high. That's
One
that, but that
HP per
also
turn.
gives-
Ball bearing. Ball
that
bearing.
also gives
ball
them
bearing.
that gives them also way more movement too.
Just a handful. Just drop it like a shotgun.
Yeah, so we try and draw them out.
What's
That
the,
might be a
what's the
little better
bludgeoning
option.
damage of falling from 60 feet with a ball bearing?
And I'm aiming directly for eyes.
Nice.
Handful at a time.
Yes.
Yeah, I think maybe drawing them out might be a little. If they take the bait,
Well, the
either we
idea-
try and surprise them inside, or we try and draw them out, and then either they can come out or they can decide not to, and then they're fully ready and prepared for us when we do come in.
How big is this building? This structure?
The actual tower itself.
Yeah.
It's
Roughly.
about 40 feet high.
Okay. About is it like completely circular or square, or is it
Yeah, so it's very much what you would kind of picture a wizard tower to look like.
Okay.
It's pretty much a circular structure
okay.
that kind of just raises straight up.
Hmm. Well, if we get close, they're certainly going to have the advantage, especially with those arrow slits. Vale, what's the range on that fireball necklace? Like, how far can you throw those things?
150 feet.
I got 2 charges. 150 feet. Yeah.
Here's my idea. We can get in position around the tower. And then Tenach can
Gonna fucking burn them out.
smoke them out.
I can actually hurl both of them at the same time. I'm reading it right now. This, you can use an action to detach a bead and throw it up to 60 feet away. When it reaches the end of its trajectory, the bead detonates as a 3rd level fireball. And I can hurl multiple beads or even the whole necklace as one action. When you do so, increase the level of the fireball by 1 for each bead beyond the first.
Okay. So now hold on. You said you could throw a 60 and the range is 150 feet?
I could throw the necklace 60 feet, like the actual bead, and then it
Yeah.
detonates.
Yeah, sorry. Fireball itself as a spell is 150 feet. The way that the necklace is written is different, though, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
he's not gonna
Yeah, no,
wing it.
sorry.
We're all gonna get cooked. That's all I want to make sure. I'm like, if that's the case, then we're literally
Oh,
gonna
no,
have
no, no.
ODB drop a fucking nuke on this building. If that's the case, then yeah, fuck it. I'm ready. I'm ready to. As soon as the burning drought comes out, like, I'm just like, oh.
Well, perhaps maybe not throw it right at the building, but enough to get their attention. And while we're in position around it, there's only one. There appears to be only one way in or out of this building, other than that window. So 2 entrances. So if we position ourselves around, we could potentially surround them.
I'm gonna throw it right into that door, because if they're standing in there,
Fair enough.
blow that shit up. I'm gonna blow these motherfuckers out of there.
You're all congregating in the water cooler, like, hey man, did you see that play the other day?
Just talking. Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty good night. You know, went out with the wife. Yeah, a couple drinks, had a good dinner. And
How's things going on with your wife? Are you still having problems or?
we're about to have a lot more problems, buddy.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, hey Shiny, what's your movement?
30, I'm pretty sure. Let me just
Okay.
double check. Yes, 30.
We need to be pretty close.
Yeah, everybody just stand 5 feet behind me.
5 feet behind the blast radius.
Yeah.
All
I'm gonna
right.
be all up in this move.
Hold on, let me get ready. Let me get ready for this explosion here. Hold on. Get the right attire.
I don't know how far away we are currently from the tower.
Yeah, let's watch it burn.
Oh my god.
You're pretty close to it at this point, about 10 or so feet from it.
Oh, okay. We're like in the
Hey, you're like
general
right up
area.
against it.
Okay.
Right in there.
All right, boys.
Right. I'm gonna pull out my longbow and just get into a advantageous position somewhere in the shadows. Because I've got a good amount of range.
Get where you want to be, boys.
I'm debating if I want to put on heavy armor or leave on my leather so I can get up in the air. If we're gonna lure them out, it might still be good for me to get in the air.
Yeah, I think it's probably better for it to be here because then also you could be a surprise attack too, just in case.
Yeah, okay. So I'll go ahead and start, like, just kind of going up, but still behind wherever this blast radius is going to be.
Okay. The blast radius for reference is about, if I'm not mistaken, 20 feet. So it would kind of take up the inside of the actual tower itself,
Oh, okay.
and maybe some small spurts kind of coming out of the actual arrow slit kind of windows itself, but it doesn't seem like that you'd be burned necessarily from it.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stand about. Where do you think I should be? Like, maybe 30 feet from the door. Maybe 20 feet from the door.
If you hit the door, it's not going to hit you. If you're 30 foot back.
Is the door open?
Or it's currently closed.
Fuck.
Well, if you
You
hit it
need me
with
to
the
open that
fireball,
door?
well, if
You need me to open that door for you?
Doors?
the fireball hits it, there's not going to be a door.
I'm trying to blow them up with the fire. Well, how are we gonna open this door and blast these fools?
That's Abraxos. You wanted to give them a welcoming knock and run like hell.
All right, hold on real quick. So for fireball, what determines you being hit by it? Remind me, just so I know.
I think it's
Dexterity saving throw. So with fireball, you're gonna get hit regardless. It just depends on how much damage you're gonna take. You can either take a lot of damage or half the damage.
Nope. I'm not going over there. I am not chancing that shit. I have a decent amount of HP, but no, my luck, I'm gonna fucking roll a nat 1. I will get fucking host by this fucking fireball. No, thank you.
So the way that this works is he's gonna throw the fireball, and where it lands, that's where the explosion kind of happens. It might be up against a back wall. It might be at the front of like right at the door opening. Might be in the middle of the actual room. You would kind of choose where you want to actually throw the bead of the amulet itself, for Val.
Yeah, I want to throw it through the open door. Is there any windows down there?
No windows down at the bottom.
Where
sacrifice myself
where was
to
that
run in?
Where was that
Right.
fire? The torch? Is it at the front entrance? The one torch
Just right at the front entrance.
right at the front entrance. Tenach, are you able to snuff out a fire from a distance?
Let's do it. Let's snuff out the fire on the torch.
Okay.
After he's done that, I'm gonna run towards the door.
I'm using a spell to do that. I'm using hold on. What spell am I? Druidcraft. Yeah, I'm using Druidcraft to snuff out the fire.
Okay.
So now we're in
The
total
torch
darkness.
is out. At this point, there's no actual light emitting from anything.
All right, at this point, I'm gonna run up towards the door, or not run up, but I'm gonna sneak up towards the door, and try to check if it's unlocked first. And if it is, I'm gonna swing it open and run like hell.
Okay.
That's
Go
the
ahead and
point.
make a stealth check with advantage.
That wasn't good. 10.
For both?
I got a 5 and a 3.
Jesus Christ.
That was the
Well,
worst advantage roll.
Let me check.
Can I give my inspiration to Pepper? To Kai?
Yeah, if you still have it, you could go ahead and give an inspiration. Sure.
I
Okay.
still have my inspiration. I'm gonna give my inspiration to Kai.
Oh, I gotta hear it.
Yeah, I imagine like I step over a root of a tree or something like an old wagon wheel and trip, and then as that's happening, oh, that's much better. Oh, thank God. 23.
Yes. Let's go.
And I catch myself as I feel Vale's inspiration or Tenach's
Yeah.
inspiration.
Seven
what
wind
was
kind
those
of picks you
inspiring
up.
words? What were your inspiring words, Vale? I'd love
was
to hear
like-
what they were.
I was like, damn, baby, I see you over there trying your best, but, you know, come on over here. Just be sneaky, come on. Shake that ass a little bit. Let me see you work.
You see what you're working with.
Let me see what you're working with.
I'm trying to be stealthy, but my cheeks are dummy thick and they keep clapping.
Damn, those cheeks are too dummy thick.
The cheeks are too dummy thick and they keep clapping.
Quiet down a little bit.
Keep alerting the guards.
Quiet them cheeks down.
I'm so glad I don't hear none of this.
Feel really inspired.
Inspired by those dummy thick cheeks.
There it is, baby.
Yeah.
That is
I
100%
don't
going to be
know.
the title of this episode.
Inspired by those dummy thick cheeks.
Love
Love it.
Yeah, but you're able to go up to the door and actually kind of slowly swing it open without any sort of issue. You notice that the door is completely unlocked.
Without missing a beat, I'm going to grab the door and just swing it open as hard as I can. And then I'm going to dash as quickly as I can away from that door.
I got one bead ready.
I'm assuming as soon as that door opens, he's going to wing it. So I'm running as fast as I can away from that door. That's if I dash, it's 70 feet.
Okay, so you're just getting the hell out of dodge whenever you can.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I'm hearing fire in the hole, and I'm gone.
Okay. Yeah, so you have a bead already off, getting ready to just throw it into the open door as as you're just kind of booking it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So Kai is just running away from this impending explosion. I will need Tenach just an athletics check.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
I'll
I
do
have athletics.
Athletics or no, just athletics.
Baby, come on, baby. I'm gonna pull out my actual die.
walking up? What the fuck?
12.
12? Okay. Where were you getting ready to actually throw the bead into?
Just through the door. Just like center of the room, kind of. Just like I'm just throwing it through the door.
Okay. Got it.
That I don't know what
Okay.
the room looks like or anything. I'm just throwing it in.
Okay. So as you throw it in, the room is suddenly just engulfed in flame. It does come through the door and kind of make its way around the actual outside of the structure itself. Thankfully, it is kind of a rundown brick sort of building. The rooftop itself does seem to be kind of straw or hay or something that actually catches a blaze as suddenly a fire starts to kind of spread on the outside of the building itself. You start to hear all sorts of commotion on the outside at this point. Let me go ahead and just read something real quick here. Okay, let's see. Pass. Oh, fail. Okay. Go ahead and roll. You only threw one bead, right?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll 8d6 die.
8d6. All right.
Wow.
Here we go. This is gonna look sick on D&D Beyond.
Hopefully.
Oh my god, that was so satisfying. 24.
24 total on that?
Yep.
Okay.
That was very satisfying.
Oh, I muted myself by accident, but I did this.
Damn, son.
That's great. Yeah, so suddenly you just hear all sorts of commotion as 3 individuals just run out of the front door, wondering what exactly happened, as they kind of leave behind a bit of a smoke trail leading out into the, at this point, open but lit field area, as the tower, at least in the lower part, is now ablaze on the roof, as everything just kind of has an orange yellowish hue within about 120 feet of the spot to where you're all standing currently. And what you see are 3 drow individuals, directly described as what Foghorn explained. Oddly enough, it seems like they are actually squinting at this point, as the light that's actually coming from the tower itself being ablaze seems to be affecting them, as they're not exactly sure what exactly is going on, as they are surprised to go ahead and actually see the 4 of you standing right before them. Did anyone have any actions queued up besides the fireball?
No, I didn't queue anything. I'm good. I'm ready.
Oh?
Crap. Yeah, I'm alright.
All right. Cool. Then I will need some initiative rolls.
Yes, sir. I am happy to do that.
Oh, real quick before I do that,
10.
have we rested from the last point or no? From the last time we were playing?
We had a short rest, I think.
Yeah, you had a short rest.
Yeah, short rest.
Okay.
So if you need to
Okay.
expend any sort of die, you definitely would have had the opportunity to do so. Need to
No,
die.
I only have one thing. It's for long rest, so we're good. It's okay.
Okay.
We're rolling for initiative. You said.
I got 10.
4. Fucking love it. Oh, God damn it.
Classic.
Classic Abraxos.
Starting strong. And starting strong, ending strong.
Let me just roll again just to see. I'll laugh. It's probably gonna be fucking at least.
Yeah, it's gonna be high as can
16.
be.
Oh, it's. I would love it if it's a fucking crit. If it's a. I mean, it's an initiative. But let me just see.
I mean, worst case scenario.
Nope, it's a
Oh,
6.
okay, well, there you go.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
such
hilarious.
luck.
If you're going to roll badly on initiative.
Roll badly now. Yep. All right. I just gotta go get my my back pad real quick. I'll be right back.
And then saw ODB. Stopper, did you roll or did you say it? I may have missed it.
Yeah, I put it at 16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Cool. So these drow are completely taken back at everything that's kind of happening. And it takes them a little bit to go ahead and actually kind of gain their bearings. But that would mean, Kai, you are actually going to be up first here. As there are 3 drow that are all kind of in a relatively tight group at this point.
Okay. Is there anywhere around me where I'm assuming the most of that light's coming from the fire of the building? Is there anywhere in general where there's some cover that I can use to get into the shadows where they can't see me?
No, it's
Not
pretty
really.
much a completely open field at this point.
Gotcha. Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to drag my fingers across my chest and cast Zephyr Strike. To give myself some extra movement this turn, and is there any, like, you said it's pretty much open flat field, is there any elevation changes in some areas, or?
No, it seems to just be farming land at this point. Any sort of
Okay.
undulation would be minor.
Gotcha. Okay, in that case, then I'm going to just target the one closest to me. The first strike I'm going to take without the advantage. And that's a 1, so no, that one doesn't hit.
No, that one does not hit. As you go to actually draw back on your bow, you go and actually lift it, and you accidentally let go, and the arrow just goes straight into the ground. Maybe only like 2 feet in front of you.
I thought I inspired you.
Apparently my dummy thick cheeks got in the way again. I'm going to take that second shot with advantage.
Go for it.
Fantastic.
That is a 17 to hit.
A 17 does hit right now.
Nice. That is... Okay, so that's D8 plus Zephyr Strike's D8 plus the Dread Ambusher D8, so... Come on, give me a heavy high roll. Not too bad. Plus I've got the plus 10 from Sharpshooter. 26 damage.
26 altogether.
Yeah, 26, so...
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah, so you can take a second shot here, and it goes much, much better than the first, as you peg one of these drow who are still completely surprised, still looking around trying to figure out what's going on, directly in the chest, as the arrow seems to go through the actual studded armor, actually impales into their into the upper chest there, as the drow suddenly kind of bends over in pain, and holds on to the actual arrow itself, as he is not looking too terribly happy about the scenario that's happening right now.
Oh, gentlemen, I'll leave the rest to you, and I'm gonna book it a little bit further away since I don't want to be anywhere near that burning building. And I'm gonna use, I guess, like 50 foot of my 75 foot of movement right now to get away from this building. And just get ready to keep lining up shots.
Shiny, would you roll for initiative?
I rolled a 4, I think, was my first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 4, so the
Sick.
second one was just to see me roll good, and it was still shit, so
Sick. Because I'm trying to go first. I'm saying.
that's fine. Whatever.
Before you jump in the fray, I'm trying to go.
That's fine. Because I'm going to finish it.
Yeah, baby.
I just got a message for fantasy football draft that is going to take place at 1 a.m. Eastern tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the worst possible scenario.
What?
Jumping in there?
I might jump out of that. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
I don't blame
I didn't even get my trophy from last year. That I made
Oh, what the
hypothetical
fuck?
as a. I said it was a hypothetical reward that I was going to give myself, and I'm not paying myself for that. But
you.
Foghorn, you are up next.
All right. So I'm kind of in the air behind them, but I'm gonna go ahead and cast Guiding Bolt.
Sick.
There it is.
Nice.
So there are still 3 drow.
Okay.
One of them has an arrow still in his chest. 2 of them are, I don't want to say unscathed, but they hadn't been hit with anything else. They're almost in like a slight triangle formation, but very, very close to one another.
I'm gonna hit one of the other ones. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna go for one of the ones that has not been hit.
Okay. Either one, you could do the one in the middle or the one, or where your perspective is, it would be on the left if you're behind them.
Left.
Okay.
So I rolled a 16.
16. I believe 16 does hit. If they wouldn't have had a chance to get out of shield yet, 16 hits.
Okay. So then 46.
Nice.
Ugh. Well, 1 was good and 2. Yeah. All right. So was that 11 radiant damage? The next attack roll made against this target, so again it's the one on the left, before the end of my next turn, has advantage, thanks to the mystical dim light glittering on the target until then. So they're already kind of blinded, and now I just hit them with a bunch more light. So whoever hits that one on the left again gets advantage.
Okay. Sweet.
And I'm sorry, remind me of the damage that you did again. Sorry.
11 points of radiant.
All right. Awesome.
Special
So
delivery.
this guy, yeah, he is now kind of brightly lit at this point. It seems like he would be a lot easier to hit. But that would mean the drow in the middle. He looks around and just looks at the other 2 individuals and starts to kind of talk to them in Elvish, which my understanding Tenach would understand.
Yep.
But he basically says, we need to get this to Jarlaxle, and he just starts to try to run as fast as he can away from everything. Let's see. He's gonna go ahead and run kind of north towards the next city. But he's gonna run maybe about only 60 feet, as he is just leaving his other 2 friends completely alone with him. In that process, the one drow that took the arrow to the chest, he actually takes the arrow and grabs it, brings it out of his body, and then goes to just kind of look around at whatever he could actually see. And at this point, Stopper, you're like, you said 70 feet or so away?
Yeah, I didn't specify which direction I ran. So if you want to, I don't know if you want to roll a die and I just ran away from the burning building.
I don't blame you. It seems like it would make the most sense if you're running away from something that you would just kind of like make a straight line away from where you were standing,
Right.
rather than like going in a different cardinal direction. So we're gonna say that you just moved like east away from it, like to try to. You're almost like
Right. To the
on
almost
the
to the
other side
road.
of the road at this point.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So this drow actually goes ahead, pulls out a gun from his side, or rather like something that looks like a gun, more so like a crossbow, and goes to take a shot at you. Was a... Oh, where's my dice roller? Nope, that's not gonna hit. It was a 2.
Ouch.
+4. Yeah. So he goes to take a shot, and in the process, he's still not feeling too hot from getting absolutely lit up just a second ago, and shoots it straight over your head, as the crossbow bolt just kind of sails through the air and gets lost actually in the darkness.
I see you have my luck, friend. As I say it in Elvish.
Well, that would mean Tenach, you are now up. There's one guy that is just off in the distance at this point, about maybe 50 feet away from where you are now. Then 2 drow standing in front of you.
Hmm. Okay. I'm going to... I'm going to wild shape into a warhorse.
Yeah.
Stomp him out.
Yeah, dude.
And I am running right after that fucking drow that ran away, and I'm going to try and knock him down. I'm going to try and charge him. I use, because I can move 60 feet
Okay.
as a warhorse. So I'm just going to go turn into a warhorse, charge that motherfucker.
Let's go.
Okay.
Wait, can I add? Can I do one thing? Can I just add? Is it
Do it.
possible I can tag along with Tenach?
I don't know if you could hop on me.
Not on his turn. If he's willing to
Okay.
go ahead and wait, you can go ahead and hop on
No,
his back.
no. Get in there.
We can't wait. We
I
can't
just want
wait.
to try to make that shit majestic as fuck.
Yeah, I'd just be like, get on!
No, get in there.
God, that would have been
Get in there with
amazing.
your bad self. You get in there and just beat the shit out of that guy.
You just
Alright,
crawl underneath him and then wild shape.
Yeah, just like sidestep over. Alright,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna charge
Cool.
him.
That's awesome. So to my understanding, it's just a strength save then, or he gets trampled.
The horse moves at least 20 feet straight towards the creature, then hits it with the hoofs attack on the same turn. That target must succeed a DC 14 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. If the target is prone, the horse can make another attack with its hoofs against it as a bonus action.
And hits it with a hooves attack on the same turn.
Ooh.
Yep. Okay, so it sounds like you need to do an attack, and if it hits, then I have to make the strength saving throw for the drow,
For the
or else
prone,
it gets
yeah.
knocked prone. Okay, yeah. So go ahead and roll the hit.
Okay. Sorry, to look at the modifier.
It's a fucking +6.
God damn.
24.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no. 24 absolutely hits this thing.
Rifled.
So go ahead and roll for damage, which is 2d6 plus 4.
Okay.
Ooh.
Um, 11.
Okay. And then I'll go ahead and make the strength saving throw. It was a 14, right?
Yeah.
You get a +1. It was a 12 plus 1, so 13.
Yes!
Oh, shit.
Stomp him out!
That's
So-
so sick.
Now you trampled this thing. And now you get to make
Bonus
another
attack.
attack,
Yeah.
And it's prone.
and it's prone. So with it being prone, you also get advantage on this bonus attack.
Ooh.
Okay.
Come
so it
on,
gives
crit.
me
Come on,
plus-
crit, please.
It would behoove you to crit right now.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Ah, you knew it was coming.
19 plus 6.
Was that with your, was that 2 rolls or just your,
Oh, that my
you have,
first.
you have
roll
an
was-
advantage.
Okay. The extra roll.
Come on, crit.
You may as
crit,
well just try
crit,
to farm
crit,
for it.
Crit.
Give me that 20. Oh, it was lower. It was 15. Okay,
Damn.
but
Still,
19
that's
plus
solid though.
Yeah.
25.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oof.
Ouch.
Fucking 6 damage.
Okay. I mean, this thing that was running away, you did 17 damage to, and it is now laying prone in the middle of a freaking field. So
Yeah.
you're a goddamn horse. So
With a hoof mark in his ass.
pretty much. Cool. Yeah. So this thing just got absolutely destroyed trying to run away from everything. I guess I don't think you can do anything else. Did you want to do anything else?
I'm gonna like try and I can't really talk in horse, but I'll just
Nay, bitch. Nay.
make some noises.
This is Charles Axel. Nay, bitch, nay.
That guy's not happy.
I was gonna try to chase after him next turn. Now I'm just gonna let you stomp his ass out.
I
Yeah,
just
right.
picture this fucking drow fucking looks like Yamcha for fucking Dragon Ball Z, the meme where he's just on the ground like
Oh God.
in a fucking crater, just a fucking hoof mark on his ass.
Please, we need fan art of this.
Somebody.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody, please.
Somebody out there. Okay. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Pass turn.
Oh.
All right,
That's
Abraxos,
so
you are
good.
actually up next. So,
All right.
one guy's getting trampled by a horse, one guy just had an arrow shot into his chest, and one guy is glowing at this point as well.
Okay. I am going to walk towards the guy that's glowing. And I haven't cast it yet, and I'm curious if I hopefully can pull it off this time. I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite on my war pick, and I'm gonna try to smash the shit out of the glowing one.
Okay. Awesome. Let me read Thunderous Smite real quick. My
Yeah, I got it.
God.
Hold on. This? Nope, that's not it. That was a roll for it. That's not what I wanted.
Goofy skill.
No, come on. What is this thing?
Hey, I think I'm reading.
There we go. Now I got
Yeah.
it.
Sounds crazy. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack.
Okay.
With advantage, because he is all lit
Yes. Uh-huh.
Damn.
I remember with the first one.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits. So,
All right.
okay, so your attack does an extra 2d6 thunder damage.
Yep.
Nice.
To the target.
So,
Fuck yeah.
so first I will roll piercing. So that is 6, and then
6 plus your strength mod.
doesn't say that. I don't think it says that on here.
Okay, so it already added it.
Yeah, no, so it's 1. So that's just my war pick damage. So I didn't even roll the thunder damage yet.
Oh, okay. I scrolled over it. Yeah, it did add your. I think it added your modifier. No.
8. Not bad. So 6 piercing, 8 thunder.
6 piercing, 8 thunder. So as you hit this guy, there is a sudden, just absolute ridiculous crack of lightning and thunder that also just kind of envelops the entirety of the outskirts of this town, or of where this tower is, as now this tower is on fire, and the loud sound just kind of enveloped everything around it. And so now I need to make a strength saving throw, or else it's pushed 10 feet and is knocked prone. Okay. Okay, it does fail the save. So now this thing, as you hit it in its chest, it flies back just straight onto its back, and is now just laying on the ground 10 or so feet away from you at this point. As none of these drows are particularly looking great. Do you want to do anything else?
No, I just after he gets knocked back and down, I just want to do like some equity. Bow down. Some dumb shit like that. He's like, what the fuck happened? Don't even understand.
Yeah, he's super concerned by what exactly is going on, as it's not every day you get hit in the chest and thunder explodes from you.
Well, later on we can say that the tower was struck by lightning if anybody asks why it was on fire.
Yeah, I'm just covering our asses, guys. That's exactly the point.
That was smart.
Wink.
That was a really good job there. Really smart there, Shiny. Okay, so this drow that you just decided to implode his chest, he's gonna go ahead and stand up, take out his crossbow, and go ahead and take a shot just directly at you here, Shiny. 24 to hit.
Oh wow, that actually hits.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at 20, and I don't have even if I had Shield of Faith on, it would still hit me because that would put me at 22. So yeah, it's a hit.
Okay. So you're gonna take 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then oops, wrong. Then 10 points of poison damage as well.
Okay,
Oh,
so 17 total.
17 total damage.
Okay.
That's all he can do on his turn. So we are back to the top here with Kai. You guys still in front of you. One kind of off in the distance, getting his shit kicked in by a horse.
well, having seen that, I was gonna chase after the one running away, but watching him get stomped out by a horse, I'm gonna go, okay, and he's gonna turn and take a shot. What's the? I don't know what the radius of light is from that tower. I'm assuming pretty far. I don't know if I could move further back and get out of the radius of light, or if it's just engulfing this whole area at this point.
Yeah, so the light actually coming from this, you had moved about
50 feet, so I'm like 50 feet away from the.
60 feet away from the actual tower on the opposite side of the road.
Right.
So if you moved another 60 feet, you would be outside of, kind of more in the shadows at that point.
Right. Okay. Give me one sec. I need to see. I've got 35 movement right now. The one time I wish I was rogue and I could bonus action dash out of the way. I'm trying to see if Zephyr Strike's movement stays, or if it's just or if that's just the first round you cast it. Doesn't provoke opportunity. Give yourself advantage. Whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of that turn. Okay, so it's just that turn I cast it. Dang it. All right, I'm still going to run my 35 foot of movement.
Okay.
To try to get towards the shadows as quickly as I can. And then I'm going to turn and take another shot at it. The one that I hit with the arrow in the chest.
The one you pegged previously. Okay.
Yeah. If I'm lucky, he'll die on this round. But if not, he's pretty far from me, I'm guessing, at this point. I don't know, even if he dashed, he would have enough movement to get to me at this point if I ran 35 and was already 60 foot away from the building. So I'm just going to take a shot at him.
Pretty far away. Okay.
Does a 13 hit?
13 does not hit.
All right. I don't know if there's anything else I can do. No, I need to hit him for that to happen. So, no, I'm going to go ahead and keep moving away then, as much as I can.
Okay, so you're just going to continue to kind of book it.
Yeah, book it towards the shadows. Because I can get him from, I guess, because sharpshooter doesn't give you a disadvantage penalty from shooting from further than your...
Super far away, or super close, yeah.
So as long as I'm like within 600 feet of him, I can still hit him, but I'm trying to get into total darkness so his dark vision is useless.
Gated.
Yeah. Because as an elf, I'm assuming, and knowing that he's drow, that he has dark vision and he can see me at current.
Yeah, he can see where you currently are.
Okay. So I'll just go ahead and end it there then.
Okay. Cool. Foghorn, you would be up next. Not much has changed, really, in the process here. Just a couple of guys that are still in front of you, one guy off in the distance.
Are any of them still prone?
Mine is.
Yes, the one that is being trampled is still prone.
How far away is he?
He is 50 feet away from you.
Okay. I can easily get there because I'm in the air.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fly to him.
This poor guy.
I know, but fuck him.
I know, but fuck him.
Well, actually, I have a question first. I don't know if it's something you can tell me, but would they be susceptible to necrotic damage being a drow? And is that something I would know as my character?
I don't think you would have anything that would like clue you into anything in relation to drow as far as like immunities or anything, would you?
I don't think so. It would just be like if I just happen to know them. I mean, my guy, while he's a cleric, he's not the brightest, so it's not like he's been studying his whole life and would know, like be that. So
Familiar with races and stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to say if you would know one way or another.
I'm gonna try it anyway. We'll see if it still takes. I assume it'll still take some damage. It might just negate some of it. So I'm gonna go and cast Inflict Wounds on him.
Okay.
Ooh. Well. Oh, but he's prone. That's why I did this.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's better.
Nice.
24 to hit.
Yeah, 24 for sure hits. And necrotic's just an all or nothing. It's not a save, right? Or inflict wounds, rather. Okay.
Yeah, it's 11 points of necrotic damage to him.
Okay. Yeah, so this thing's getting trampled by a horse, and all of a sudden a bird comes flying out of nowhere. And it just starts to kind of lay into its actual into its shoulder as it starts to just slowly kind of deteriorate away. The skin kind of goes, and it seems to take full damage from whatever you were doing.
Sweet.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Seeing if there's anything worth doing as a bonus action. Nope. I'm good.
Okay. So the drow that's getting trampled, he's gonna go ahead and stand up and quickly kind of assess the situation of what exactly is going on here. And he's going to take out his shield that he had been holding previously, and just kind of hold it in front of him. He doesn't have a chance to actually make any sort of attack, but it seems like he's just getting ready for battle. Something he hadn't been able to do prior from being just surprised of everything that was going on.
Okay.
But yeah, Tenach, he'd be up. Still as a horse, to my understanding.
Yeah.
So this thing's just directly in front of you. It's not trying to run away.
Yeah. Hmm. I should probably stay in horse form for now. I feel like that's the best bet. I'm just gonna go ahead and try and smack it with my hoofs again. Just gonna try and trample it again. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna swing with my hoofs.
Go for it.
Ah.
Yep.
Yeah, that misses. Whiff. And
Yeah, and unfortunately it does not hit. It seems like that the shield has given him a little bit more defense as the hooves just kind of slide off of it. Do you want to do anything else?
I think that's all I got.
No movement or anything.
No. No, I'm just gonna stand in front of him in horse form.
Powering over this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So that would. Okay. So Drow, the one that got pegged previously in the chest, he's just gonna go ahead and load up his bow again and attempt to go ahead and yeah, he'll go ahead and just try to hit you again here, Kai. 24 to hit.
Oh, that hits. Oh, that hits.
Oh, that hits, baby.
Oh!
Okay, so 11 points of piercing damage. And then 10 points of poison damage on top of it.
So 21 total?
Oh, 21 total.
Oh.
Wowee.
Oh.
Ooh,
Just wait for that. Dark vision's not going to do you much good in a moment. Definitely felt that one.
After he does that, he's going to go ahead and run over to his buddy that Abraxos is in front of. So he's just going to basically make his way over to you and just kind of stand next to his friend at this point. But that would actually mean, Abraxos, you are up next.
Okay.
2v1.
All right. I kind of wanted to save it, but I think right now is going to be a good time to do it. So I'm right in front of both of them, right? Okay. It's been a while since I casted it, but now's a good time as ever. So I will take my coin out. So I flip my coin. It lands dark side, and then I just look at them and I say, I just look at them and I just go, "Oh,
You shouldn't have hit me with that crossbow. I cast the Chronic Shroud.
Okay.
So basically, I just turn into this fucking shadowy fucking creature,
Hell yeah.
and I'm just gonna try to fucking scare the shit out of him.
Hear him, bad boys.
Okay. So you turn into a shadow creature and you're just trying to like intimidate these things at this point?
Yeah, because as far as I know, yeah, because it's an action, so I can't attack with that. I can't attack, so I'm just gonna do that for right now. Let me just see, because use your action. Yeah, because I can't do damage with it until my actual next turn. Once I do, I can do necrotic damage while I'm attacking. So right now I'm just gonna do that and attempt to frighten them for this turn.
Okay.
And then yeah, we'll go with that first before I make my second move.
Got it. Okay. So what's the actual save on that then? It's a charisma saving throw.
So the instant you transform, other creatures within 10 feet of you must each succeed on a charisma saving throw. DC 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier. So for me, my proficiency bonus is... Oh, I'm confused by that. Hold on.
Your proficiency should be 2 right now.
Oh, I see it right there. So my charisma is a +4.
Wow. Okay. So 8 plus 2 plus 4, so 14.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Okay. We both fail. So
So now they're frightened, which they
Yeah,
should be.
they absolutely should be. Everything's not going their way right now. So they now have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while you are in their actual line of sight. And they can't move closer to you out of absolute fear.
Sick.
So,
Walk them down, baby.
do even odd. Okay, so sorry, did you want to do anything else? My
Yeah,
apologies.
last thing I'm gonna do, because it's a bonus action, I'm just in case to cover myself, I'm going to cast I'm on the wrong character. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself. Give me the extra +2, so I'm at 22 armor
Sick.
now.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So, as you're doing this, both of these drow have fear that they probably haven't seen before, as their eyes become very, very wide. And the one that originally got hit with the charged bolt is going to actually run away from you. Because he's incredibly scared at the sudden transformation. You do get an attack of opportunity roll on this.
That's all he hears from me. I say nothing. I just laugh when he tries to run. All right, so. See.
Where are you going, young one?
$16.
Okay. 16. Wouldn't have a chance to shield it. So 16 does hit.
Okay. All right.
And smack him.
Okay, here we go.
Boink.
7.
Cool. Yeah, so he turns his back to try to run away, and he just gets pegged in the back right between the shoulder blades and kind of stumbles for a second, but is able to keep his balance and does move away 30 feet from you.
Aww.
But in the process, moved closer towards the actual burning building.
Oh.
But now he's within kind of full sight of everything. Far enough away from actually you, Kai, to where he can't see you, but the one still can.
Okay.
That's all he's going to go ahead and do. So that would mean now we're back at the top. Kai, you are up next.
Okay.
One guy seems incredibly far away from you, and one is no longer prone, but now in front of a horse and your bird friend. There's all this sudden transformation that you're not used to, and everyone seems frightened.
The two that are next to Abraxos, they're within the light of the burning building, correct?
Yeah, they're both within the light of the burning building. One of them is away from Abraxos now.
Okay. Is that's not the one that I shot in the chest and that shot me in the
No.
back? Okay. I'm gonna move far enough away so I'm now I'm assuming, well, I moved 35 feet before, you said about 60 feet to get into the shadows?
Mhm.
Okay.
So you'd be in the shadow if you use your full movement.
Okay. So I'm going to move into the shadows. I'm still well within range of the longbow, and now they're both within the range of the burning building. They can't see me, but I can see them. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna shoot at the one that shot me, because now I'm pissed. I have a arrow dart buried in my chest.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Oh baby, he's dead. That was a 20.
Nice.
Nice.
That 20?
The other one was a 2.
Yeah.
I'm glad that was a.
Sick.
So that would be
A lot of
2d8.
die coming through.
Well, no, it's just my normal, because it's not the
Oh,
the
it's
dread
not the
ambusher.
dread-
Yeah, it's just
the dread
2d8.
ambusher. Okay.
Yeah, that's only on the first turn. But it's 2d8 plus 10 plus my dex mod.
I mean, that's quite a bit.
Yeah. And I agreed on the die roll, but it's doubled, so 25 damage.
Okay. This guy is not looking good at all. As you go ahead, he's already frightened by this dark creature in front of him, and now he's just getting pegged with arrows from seemingly out of nowhere, as they just appear out of the darkness.
And before I end my turn, I'm gonna cry out in Elvish. The Spider Queen won't help you in this darkness. And I'm gonna end my turn.
He's already scared as fuck. Okay. You did say you end your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it there.
Alright.
I'm out
Okay,
of
cool.
movement anyway.
All right. Foghorn, you would be up next. The guy is no longer prone in front of you, but
Right.
you're still
Well,
next
I'm,
to
like,
one other.
above him.
Oh, right.
How is everyone doing on health?
I like we wrote this at the same time.
I'm not,
Shiny, how much are you missing?
I am missing 17.
Yeah, if you were gonna,
Stopper, what about you?
I'm less
You
than
took the
half
20,
health.
right?
I took 21, but they can't see me in the darkness right now. I think Shiny's more in imminent danger because he's got
2-on-1.
yeah.
Oh, I only have one now. The other one got away from me.
Yeah. But the other one can't see Kai anymore, so
Right.
you're like his immediate threat.
All right. Debating. All right. I'll at least.
Let me take down this motherfucker real quick,
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm still right there, so yeah. Let's.
Take down this motherfucker real quick.
Alright, I'm gonna go with the magic mace. 18 to hit,
Nice.
which
18.
I did have to fly down to get melee range for this.
Okay. Where are you positioned against this guy now? Behind him, to the side of him? In front of
I
him?
want to be behind him, like sandwiched. With like, I want him sandwiched. between-
Sandwich with a horse.
Horse and,
Okay.
horse and
Yes.
bird.
Yes.
Horse, bird.
Yes.
This sounds awful for him. Okay, cool. Then he would not have a chance to block it with his shield. Go ahead and roll for damage.
7 bludgeoning.
7 bludgeoning straight into the back of this guy. Okay. Cool. He is all. I mean, none of them are looking particularly happy. This guy is looking a little more happy than the previous one, but less happy than his friend. So.
Is he standing up with his shield, or is he like crouched with it? Like, you know, not prone,
Yeah.
obviously, but like on one knee to kind of block as much as he can.
Yeah, he kind of has one leg back, and this sword almost has it in like an A-frame to go ahead and block any sort of attack that might be coming from this horse, but couldn't see anything
Cool.
coming from you.
With my bonus action, I'm going to throw 100 ball bearings under him, so if he stands up, he's got to make a dex saving throw. To move.
I
Oh,
love
that's
it.
so dirty.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yes.
That's the last thing I expected.
That's so awesome.
Do the Michael Jackson. Sha. Sha.
Hell yeah. Cool, yeah, so this guy currently just has a ton of ball bearings all throughout his entirety. So, awesome. It's really
Sweet.
fucking cool.
I absolutely love it.
Cool. Yeah, so this would be the guy that's up next. Would be the guy that was trying to run from y'all. As he gets hit in the back, he would naturally turn. But I feel like he is gonna try to get up off of his one knee. And you said that was gonna be a dex saving throw. Would he be?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, dex save. Let's see, what would that even be? My dexterity is a +2 at a 14.
Okay. God help you. They get +6 to their dex. So.
Okay.
Holy shit! Okay, even with that, it was an 8. So yeah.
Yes.
So this guy goes to stand up and just instantly falls back on his ass.
Oh fuck yes!
That's
Let's
so
go, baby.
sick.
Let's fucking go, baby! I'm
Love
trapped
it.
with this motherfucker.
Oh, this poor dude's about to just get the shit stomped out of him.
Yeah, it's not great for him. So that would have been his movement. He's now on the ground. He can't really make any sort of attacks. He'll still go ahead and attempt to swing backwards at your legs. It will be a disadvantage. So that doesn't hit. 13 doesn't hit, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so he just kind of flails wildly as he's falling, and doesn't get anywhere close to hitting you at all. As he's now on his back, looking straight up at the sky, also straight up at a horse, also straight up at a bird.
Gotta love it.
But not gonna do anything. Let's see. Next up would be one that ODB, I'm sorry, that Stopper you just pegged. He still is frightened at the sight of this thing. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, he's gonna go ahead and attempt to actually swing at you here, Shiny. It's not at a disadvantage or anything, right? He's just frightened. Your shroud doesn't give you anything special. Wait, he does get disadvantage on attack throws for being frightened.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So he's gonna go ahead and try to attack you with his short sword. Okay. 17 doesn't hit, right? You have a 22.
That is correct.
And 16 also doesn't hit.
That is correct
Okay.
as well.
Those were insane to have at disadvantage.
And he made a huge mistake.
Oh, this guy's fucked. Okay.
Say, bitch.
So when he misses, I get to use my reaction and I can expend one superiority die, make a melee weapon attack against it.
Oh, did you take repost?
I did. That's one of my abilities.
So
Let's
here's the
go.
thing. He made 2 attacks that both failed against you.
Oh, so do I get?
So-
I get 2?
You only
Wait, double
you said it was a reaction.
Yeah. It just says when a creature misses with
Oh,
a
okay.
melee attack, you can use your reaction.
Yeah, you only get 1 reaction, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. That's okay.
You still get to make a melee attack against it.
So now remind me because it says add superiority die. So what is that? Is it D6?
D8.
D8. Okay. All right. Cool. So. No, not enough. 8. It's okay.
8?
All right.
Ew, gross.
It's okay. It's all right. we're doing that? Okay.
Yeah, you're both just kind of swinging wildly at this point. Cool. So that was your reaction. The good news is, after you swung and missed, you actually get to go take a full. Or wait. No, Tenach, you are up next. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
I am swinging. This guy's prone, right?
Yeah, he prone on the ground.
Oh yeah, we're doing my first attack.
Okay, and this is with advantage.
Okay, so that's a 16 for the first roll, and second roll is 25.
Yeah, 25 hits.
Okay,
Nice.
That's not good,
and
boy.
then 2d6 plus 4, 10 damage for my first attack,
Okay.
and then my bonus attack. Thank you, Mr. Foghorn.
Got you.
Okay, I get advantage on this bonus attack,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, beats down.
Okay, 21 on the bonus
Oh, yeah.
attack.
21 hits too.
Okay. Oh, 16 damage. 16 damage on the
That's
second attack.
awesome. That's
Okay.
so sick, dude.
I was just like,
Just using this dude like a trampoline.
As you continue to hit this thing, you actually break the shield as the drow kind of turtle up, and breaking the shield, shards of it kind of fly into his actual torso, and you just kind of drive it further in with your hooves as you seem to completely impale this thing. And this drow is completely dead. You caved in its chest, its head, some of its limbs. You warhorse this thing to death. So
fuck yeah. Yes. And I'm not gonna move yet. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna move because I want to be able to.
You want to be able to trample.
Yeah, I want to be able to charge. So yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna chill.
Did you want to use any of your movement to get closer? Because you're about 50 feet away,
Oh,
and then 30 feet away past the next guy as well.
I mean, if Foghorn wants to hop on for a free ride, I mean,
Sure.
I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty light. I got them hollow bones of the bird.
You got glass bones.
So are you on the ground right now, or are
Drink
you
your milk,
flying?
buddy.
Yeah, I landed so I could hit him with my mace and then threw the ball bearings.
Okay, so then you
So
can.
yeah,
just
I'm on the
hop
ground. I
on.
was just on the other side of him, so I mean, literally like probably 5 to 7 feet away.
Okay, yeah, hop on. Let's get a free ride.
I've never had to read anything about mounted combat before. This is
Coming
gonna
in
be
hot with a
fucking-
javelin.
This is gonna be cool as shit.
Hell yeah.
War horses don't fuck around.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass turn. I'm gonna wait for my Mountie.
Okay. That's hilarious. Awesome. Yeah, so one drow is dead. One's not looking too hot. Another one's not looking too hot, but he's kind of further away. But Abraxos, you would be up next. You still got one fella directly in front of you.
Okay. Let's attempt to clean it up.
Okay.
So let's just make sure. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I'm just gonna go for a regular swing on him. And if I connect, I will do big mommy damage. I just have to connect first and go with that first. Oh my god, that was almost a fucking nat 20. That would have been fucking so nasty. That sucks. I missed.
What do you end up rolling? Sorry.
Fucking 6.
Ugh.
Yeah,
That sucks.
shitty. Yeah, big
Oh,
time.
You have that like virtual dice that's rolling on your table.
Yeah.
Big rippies.
Yeah, no. All right, so and I can't really do anything else because my healing thing is an action. So I'm just gonna chill like a big fucking shadow and just in front of him, just menacingly.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, so there is still one drow really far away from you. He is frightened. I suppose you would go ahead and try to make an attack on you here, Abraxos.
Okay.
Let's see. That's at disadvantage. Yeah, that's not going to hit at all. His arms are kind of quivering, looking directly at you, as he just can't control his actual crossbow. And the shots are just kind of going wildly at this point in either direction.
Alright.
You're super far from him. Do you have can you do a ranged attack with your thing?
No, my thing is only for when a creature misses with melee.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. That's gonna be the end of his turn, so we're back at the top here. Kai. Still one guy in front of your buddy, and then one kind of further away.
Well, I'm still pissed about the arrow in the chest or in the back. I didn't add it last time because I forgot to add it, and I think I was still using Zephyr Strike, at least the no opportunity attack portion of it. But I don't need that right now, so since I did hit him, I'm gonna mark him as my favorite foe.
Okay.
And then if I hit him again, I would add an additional D4 to whatever damage I do to him.
Cool.
I could have added. I'm not gonna try to add it now, but I'm assuming he still can't see me. I'm gonna I'm gonna move a little bit further south, but still staying in the darkness. And I'm gonna try to clean up a shot on the guy that I've been pelting with arrows. I want this man.
Okay.
I want this man's existence to end. Does a 17 hit?
Pretty sure it does. I think they only have 18 with their shield. 17 does hit.
Sweet. So I'm gonna take 1d8 and then sharpshooter plus the 1d4 from favorite foe.
You're probably gonna kill this guy.
21 damage.
Oh, fuck yeah, you killed this guy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. As he's still frightened, he seems to also be super concerned from these arrows that just kind of appear out of nowhere, as they just seem to kind of be blasting him. And he's not sure if it's coming from the actual darkness, coming from this transformed creature in front of him, coming from a horse off in the distance that's now being ridden by a bird. Has no idea what's happening. But he starts to get pegged by an arrow out of nowhere and falls dead onto the ground.
Nice.
He can't do anything because he's dead. So Foghorn, you are up next.
So I am on my noble steed. So
Mm.
there's one left. It sounds like, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one left, kind of close by the actual tower itself.
How far away are we from that?
Oh, so
Because we went pretty far. It sounds like to get the guy that was trying to leave. That somebody said something about give this to Jarlaxle.
Yeah, that's the one
that you
that
killed.
yeah.
He did.
Right,
Yeah,
but I'm
that's
saying
the one
like
that was
we
running.
went to
Yes,
we went to go
so
like
you
Vale and I
guys,
chased.
as of right now, because the guy was frightened by Shiny, he ended up backing up. So at this point, you guys would be. I was like 50 feet, so it would take you 50 feet to get back to where you were, plus 30. You'd be about 80 feet away from this guy.
Okay. Actually. And what are his status effects right now? Is he still frightened?
He's frightened. Yeah, he's only frightened. He has disadvantages on any sort of saving throws as well as attacks.
I'm a little too far away for this still. All right, I'm going to dismount, fly up in the air, and fly 50 feet towards him.
Okay.
So now I'm 30 feet away, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm going to make him blind.
Oh my god.
So you're just gonna straight up blind the dude.
Yeah, it's a con 13 save throw.
And he has disadvantage on that. Okay,
Yes.
what is the Drow's Constitution? It's 2. Oh, those are both awful rolls. Yeah, so this guy is Okay, so you go to blind this guy. Well, the source of the fear is within line of sight. Okay, so as you go ahead and actually blind this guy, what's interesting is he's no longer frightened by the thing that he was previous, as he can no longer see it, but he won't be able to defend himself as well against attacks, now that he is blind.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because he lost line of sight with.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. I'm sorry.
I mean, he still has disadvantage on on attack rolls, and things against him have advantage. So
Basically the same thing.
Well, he traded disadvantage for worse disadvantage. Now,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, now he just can't see, so.
These fucking drow. Okay. All right, cool. I also love the fact that you got onto a horse and then immediately got off of the horse.
I used him as like a springboard.
just vault into the air.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, speaking of springboard horse, Tenach, you are up next.
There you go, baby.
80 feet from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what I can say is you can use a bonus action to dash. So you can move an extra half. So you could get up to it.
I wouldn't be able to attack though.
You could. You
Mm, so
bonus
you would-
action.
Yeah, you're
you
using your
move,
movement, then
and
you're
then you attack.
so like
Okay, so I use bonus action to dash, and then
then use
use
your
my
regular
movement.
movement to get up to it.
Yeah.
right on. All right, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and try to move it with advantage. 'Cause it can't see where any of this is coming from.
Okay. It's okay. That was a test roll. Nice. 25.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go.
Yep. 25 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 9 damage.
Nice. Okay, and then it
And-
has to make that strength saving throw, right?
Or, yeah, 14.
14 strength. Okay, and it gets a +1. It did roll a 17.
Damn.
Damn, he's blind and he still managed to stay up from getting kicked by a horse.
Really did. Shit.
It ended up hearing the horse come about, so it was able to put its back foot to kind of brace itself, and just got kicked in the face. That's it. That's all that happened.
Just
Okay.
a light kick to the face.
Just a light kick to the face by a horse.
I kicked it for 9 damage. It's okay. All right,
Still solid.
pass turn.
Okay. Abraxos, you're up next.
I have
You're roughly
advantage,
about-
right?
Yeah, you're roughly about
Okay.
30 years defeated from this guy.
Okay.
Smoke
wait,
him.
I'm 30 feet? Wasn't he right next to me?
This one ran away from you. So there was the one that Kai ended up killing, and then this one was running away from it.
Okay. I gotcha. All right. All right. Then I'm going to walk on over to him.
Just a slow walk.
Just a slow, ominous walk. And then I just say, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything until I make my rolls, because I don't want to be that guy. So let me do that. Wait, you both lit up. What the fuck? Okay, that was weird. All right, so that's that. Yeah. Okay. Fucking of course. Literally dog shit. 12 and 13.
Yeah, those unfortunately do not hit.
Watch. Let me just see one thing. Of course. I can't fucking roll for shit. All right, and I do nothing. I just stand there like a dumbass.
Dumbass. Dark.
Like it's so annoying.
Another creature. Okay. Any bonus actions or anything you want to go ahead and do?
No, I'm good because he's pretty much someone's gonna kill him. It ain't gonna be me because I'm not allowed. So I'm good.
Okay. Go bad. The drow is just gonna try to more or less whirlwind. The one thing that has hit it, so it's gonna attempt to attack the horse. Let's see. What's your AC as a horse?
Oh no, I'm just trying to find out. It's 11.
It's 11.
Oh, shit.
Okay. +6. Okay, so the first attack does miss.
Ooh.
Second attack will end up hitting.
Okay.
And it's not a lot of damage, thankfully. Okay, 5 damage. Just regular piercing damage with a sword.
Okay.
Tis but a scratch.
He just kind of whirlwinds wildly and ends up, I don't know, hitting one of your beastly legs at this point.
I seem to get a little excited.
All right, top of the order. Hi, you are up next. See this guy absolutely just surrounded by a ton of different things.
I'm just gonna try to put an arrow through his forehead. Done
Go
dealing
ahead.
with these. Done dealing with these drow. No, I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna hold off just in case I need it later. But yeah, those are not good. 12 to hit.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out in the shadows and feel much shame.
Feels bad, man.
It was bad.
I'm gonna join
Alright.
the shame train with Abraxos. I can't believe we
Alright.
can't hit a blind drow in the dark.
So annoying, dude.
And he was just prone too.
No, he no,
He was
no,
frightened.
because he was
Okay.
frightened, but then he succeeded on the strength when you hit him, so he
Right.
stayed.
Oh
stayed
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
fortunately not super advantage. Blind guy prone on the ground.
Well, if he was
we're just
prone, I would have
looking.
gotten disadvantage from that.
Yeah, right.
Well, it would have just made it a regular roll. But
All right, Foghorn, you're kind of close to this guy, not too terribly far away.
Yeah, I was like 30 feet away. I'll go ahead and like fly down to melee range and use my mace. 14 or 8. Does 14 hit?
14 unfortunately does not hit.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
God,
this guy,
man.
in swinging wildly, he also seems to be deflecting all of your attacks in the process as well.
Fuck.
He's a resilient one. All right. Did you want to do anything else?
Nah, that's it.
No? Tenach?
Finish it up. Come on. Come on.
The only one
Alright,
that's been
baby.
able to hit this blind drow.
Alright, baby. I can transform into a different animal mid. Like, I can go from like horse to something else, right?
I think you have to drop your wild shape and then wild shape again.
Would that cause a full action?
Yes, I believe so.
So I
You can use a
wouldn't be able
bonus
to
action
attack.
to get out of your form, and then you can go into your form.
Then I wouldn't be able to attack.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to attack, unfortunately.
Oh boy. All right. Well, that cancels that plan. I guess I'll try and. Ah, man.
I mean, he's blind. Kick him in his teeth.
Yeah. All right. That sounds good. I'm just gonna try and kick him in the teeth.
Alright, go ahead and make an attack with advantage.
Natural 20.
There it is.
Ah, shit.
There it is.
Finally.
Oh, yeah.
Crit daddy. Okay, so just standard 2d6.
Your regular attack is a 2d6, right?
Yeah.
You can either take that total and double it, or roll 4d6 then. Whichever one you want.
I think I'm gonna gamble. We're gonna go for 4d6.
Hell
There you
yeah.
go.
Always more dice.
Always more dice.
All the dice.
17 plus 4.
Holy shit.
21.
That was
21. 21
That's awesome.
points of
He's so
stomping
fucking
damage.
dead.
Yeah, this guy's so fucking dead.
21 stomping damage.
1 point of damage means 1 tooth.
Yeah, you just completely cave in this guy's teeth and shove them slowly down his throat. And the process is you're just kicking this guy who is standing, somehow, but in the process, as you hit him, he just kind of crumbles down to the ground and just seems to be left in a heap. Horse friend seemed to end it here, so we're not out of
Hey.
combat.
I mean, I do have
Are you gonna raise dead?
spare the dying to bring one of them back if we want to kill him again.
Just go all out on this thing.
No, I think we're done.
Yeah, this sounds good.
Uh,
I'll stay in horse form for now.
I'm gonna drink the healing potion that I have.
Actually,
Oh, and for that.
no, because a lot of people need a little bit of love. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Prayer of Healing.
Hmm.
Up to
Oh, yeah.
6 creatures of my choice that I can see within 30 feet get 13 points of healing each.
Nice.
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 Sick.
Cool.
Now a fully healed horse.
There you go.
And then if that's the case, then what I will do is I will use healing hands on myself and heal myself before. Now I'm back up, topped off.
Nice.
Well, now that I'm feeling a bit better, what was that one screaming about?
Said
taking
bring this to Jarlaxle, so we should go look at that guy's body. The one that was like the first one that got trampled.
I agree. He was running away so quickly and was eager to leave his comrades behind. He
I'm gonna
either had
motion
something
to
very
hop on so we
important
can
or he
clear
was.
faster.
What was that?
I'm gonna motion you to hop on so we can trample over there faster.
Well, you're like at this point I'm probably can just run over there just as quickly. Or we know because we ran over to get the healing from Foghorn. So yeah, why not? I'll
Everybody
jump on your back.
Everybody, just jump on. Right now. Let's go for a ride.
Everyone can go ahead and hop on. Yeah, you seem to be a pretty strong horse.
All right.
We ride.
God, we need fan art of this.
All of our characters. Everybody riding on me.
God, that'd be hilarious. Like a Nazgul looking creature on top of a horse with a bird and another friend.
Like a majestic as fuck, dude.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You guys make your way over to trampled, mangled sort of dead drow almost in the middle of the road.
Well,
Okay.
certainly he had something if he was willing to flee so quickly. And here's this Jarlaxle name again. He's associated with drow. Perhaps he himself is a drow. It's even more concerning. Don't know how much you all know of the drow, but I wouldn't trust them as far as I can throw them.
To grind all their bones. Wait.
Sorry. Sorry. I was still a little shadowy there. Sorry. What's going on?
That was equal parts interesting and terrifying, Abraxos.
Yeah, that's why I don't flip the coin too much. It's kind of yeah, that happens, but we're all dead. What the fuck? This dude's fucked. Did you stomp this dude out? That's fucking awesome.
And I'll turn back into my normal form. You know, gotta do what you gotta do out here.
You've got some teeth in your shoes.
Yeah, you're right. Pick them out.
Well, I think we should search this one in particular if he was well on his way to escaping. And I'm gonna pat the guy down and just see if he's got anything interesting on him.
Sure. So as you're patting him down, you do feel something in almost like a side satchel that he had. It's very similar to the exact same size of the previous fake stone that you found. As you pick it up though, this one is vastly different from the one that you had picked up prior. The actual stone itself has slight light actually kind of emanating from it. And on it, if you remember, there are three kind of eye-like circles actually on the stone itself, and they are blinking, looking at you. Seems like this stone is vastly different from the one that you had seen previous.
Hopefully this is the true stone that everyone is searching for. This is now the second time we've heard this Jarlaxle named. So perhaps Stormcastle was either in league with this person or had simply picked up the wrong stone in an attempt to find this one. Either way, I don't much care. But considering we now have three dead drow and a blinking magical stone in our possession, we should probably be getting this back to the courts as quickly as possible. Oh, do we still have that the message bird? The what was it
They
called?
found a while ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, the paper birds.
the paper birds.
My
I don't.
understanding, you guys haven't used it at all.
Yeah, I don't think we used it.
Yeah, I think Babies might have had it in his inventory, but
That goes over to you guys.
We
Okay.
got that shit. It's ours. We got that.
It belongs to us now.
I don't have it in my inventory, so I can't read how to use it, but perhaps we can send a message of our own to Laurel Silverhand, but I'm not familiar with how to use this device. Is anybody more familiar with more arcane arts?
Yes.
I am not, but I also need to kind of wrap it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually -1, so I won't even do it. But yeah, that's fair.
I got +2.
I gotta shoot at sunrise, though. I gotta get some sleep.
Oh. Shit, like 5:30 in the morning?
Yeah, like 5:15.
Oh.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just leave this then. Did you say you were gonna go ahead and do a paper bird to Laurel Silverhand?
I think that's the plan. And just say I don't know if there's a word limit to it.
50 words.
50 words.
Yep, the only limits to it are 50 words, and you can only send it to someone that you have actually met.
Okay.
Those are the only limits.
Okay. Found the real gem. Need to know where to deliver to keep it safe. Please let us know as soon as possible where to meet with you.
Okay. Yeah, that's within 50 words. Yeah, so you go ahead, you write the message on the parchment, and you go to fold it up into kind of an origami bird. And you hold it out, and interestingly enough, nothing happens. Bird doesn't take flight, just kind of sits there.
Did we not? This is my understanding. It would go to somebody we had actually met. Was the woman that we met not really the person they said they were?
Could have been somebody disguising themselves as Silverhand.
Now I'm extremely worried. I think our safest bet is to find someone we can trust. Court, somebody of high rank in the city. But there's this safe place perhaps we can rest and recuperate. I don't know if they're even available at this hour. But we certainly can't stay here.
Okay. You guys were just gonna kind of make your way back into the city.
I think that's the plan. What do you guys think?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okay. Cool.
Go ahead.
So as you guys make your way back into the city, you go past the gate, and there is kind of immediate concern as the guards heard of a fire off in the distance, and they're just kind of wondering what exactly happened. They mentioned a huge crack of lightning or thunder, as they could hear something off in the distance, but it was kind of weird that there wasn't any sort of storm that went by. But that the old tower had kind of burned down. Or that's at least kind of quick word that they're hearing. They're nothing to confirm until the morning. But as you guys make your way into the city, it is nighttime and the streets are pretty desolate. Thankfully, you do have an inn that you can go ahead and hang out at, a little tavern, as you all kind of turn in for the night.
Nice.
Now you have a stone in your possession.
Blinky stone.
There's a stone of galore and a fake stone of galore, and we're going to bed.
All the stones of galore.
We have
Mhm.
multiple.
And still one fireball left.
Mhm. Sweet.
Well, thank you guys.
Well,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was
Very fun
awesome.
session.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a freaking blast.
I think we all got to do some wild shit tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had someone transform into a horse. So
Yeah, that was an
it was
exciting
real
moment.
cool.
Because the moment you said you ran 50, 60 feet from me, I was like, I had my my creature transformations up. I was like, all right, horse, let's go. baby."
This
I
makes
thought
no
it-
sense.
I thought I was gonna have to chase him down and shoot him, and then you were like, "I'm gonna turn into a horse and stomp his ass out." I was like,
Yeah, I'm gonna trample this guy.
Yep,
"I'm not even gonna touch that. That's awesome."
I trampled two of them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, boys, good session. I
Indeed,
assume we're
very
almost
Yeah.
we're almost at the end here, right?
Yeah, I was thinking we were almost at the end today. So we are very, 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 very close to the end, though, for sure.
Sweet.
Next one.
Okay.
Lucky
Dang.
13, baby.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the perfect anime season right there.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Balsamic.
Thank you.
Awesome session.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful.
Good night.